it goes like, oh, give thanks to the Lord, for his love will never end. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for his love will never end. Give thanks to God. Give thanks to God. Be grateful for the gift of life. Be grateful for his covering. Be grateful for his protection. Be grateful for his love, his mercy, and everything else he does in your life. I always say, but for grace, a sinner like me. Yes, I am one of those people. Yes, I am. A sinner like me. How would I be alive, counted amongst the living? How is that even possible? That he looks at me with mercy. But he knows the hearts of men. No matter the things we consider as sins, he looks at your heart and he says, I'll spare you another day, seeing that you be a blessing unto someone else today. So he wakes you up and he places a desire on your heart and he says, as you walk out today, there's that little boy you're supposed to be a blessing to. There's that old man who's going to walk up to you for some money. You are supposed to be his savior today. And that might be all you're expected to play, a role you're supposed to play the entire day. And so I ask, would you be of help to somebody? Would you be kind to somebody? Reminds me of my meditation I was doing in the car this morning when I drove in. And it says, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I have become a sounding brass or a clanging cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains, but I have no love, I am nothing. What's prophecy? What's money? What's all the gifts if you can't show love to a brother, to a sister? Sometimes you really can feel that God is touching your heart. God is impressing upon you to be kind to somebody. That call you received that somebody needed some assistance. Some 200 Ghana cedis, some 300 Ghana cedis, some 500 Ghana cedis, some 50 Ghana cedis, sometimes less than that. 20, 10. And yet you look at the person and you say, nah, I'm not going to do that. May we have a change of mind and a change of heart to be a blessing to many who may walk up to us. Let's be kind. Kindness is not just in giving money. But when you walk into the office and you see your colleagues and you know definitely well, this guy is always the bubbly type, but today he looks dull, he looks quiet, he looks cold. Find out, Charlie, what's up? Is everything okay? And hear the person out and comfort that individual with comforting words. It's all a gesture of kindness. And I pray, may we be acquired by Benjamin. So, ACP Richard Victor Tando, the road, safety tidbits, no ever brain, and to be a year, the Obokatano, a TV seminary, a broman for you. Not yet, also, a trend, the sports updates, and the main conversation, at Nina and some idea broman for. We all know where our focus would be this morning. Sorry. It's going to be on the finance minister being in parliament, and the details is given as to how much the COVID-19 money was spent. And I know any tree na yatotwa and who adwene and komo anapay and to any boom abrani ACP ekodi nkomo. And you welcome back. As I say, your name ACP retired Victor Tando Edin Command. The ACP and the so you might cry by a badge meeting. So,
Major boss.
You and the pay the sound what you are.
Medwasi.
You,
Medwasi. And you had him in here. Major Milan Smoy and so.
yeah, madam. Yeah, madam.
As my family happy from Media, Moduma Moye. Now, Moduma so a swing papa. Mokasa Hote, Mobibia, a camera. To the Mecosa Friends or Doom Project and Cosala in Cameroon. On Tremusium, Uncle Tick, and so and Chremo. I care for Mutage Media and a pain, Mamina, or my Chahinwa, and Mobile says Media cases so happy FM 98.9. No pain any idea, there must have shown our boss or not a drummer. Or my body, she dominate be any Isaac a day. Sefa Danko Gilbert, Justice Nati, Raymond Nyamado, Rapa Fatishaibu, Ali, Pastor Thomas, and director Kwame Damte usafo de me aso ne din ya do mama de pache me aso ho din mu bie mu ya me ene de na se oni edin ye dodo oni edin ye dodo na ya dum bi eno ya dum ye nti sanka nyetni me aso ye usafo hin na ene ye ni tire ya hin ye ko si ye konso e be kon sen ene ye banso a ya ba ne sen Manchester driver from Pennyfree. Kwame Ado, we are the man, SIC, for Santi Bodiasi, we are driver, we are the Nkoswara and Kamu, Mumfauci. Tech drivers are more connection and a credit station now, Mamuna, Kosu Shramo. Connection drivers, Monfe Muye. Ofe Menchia Municipal Assembly Sinibi. Ebinuma Tracy, Bob Rapa, Kenka. Adenta Lankwanta Municipal Assembly, they are doing well. They need praise. And they would draw West Africa Secondary Senior High Hall. Eddie Benina, media no more thing oh, almost Trasso, come on, and then community near me the many money. Omo ya de papa. I'm cried in full peace, and you've been with the no, I done it quiet no. And so, Omo Pese Fusa. Most Francis Chasso Kama. And the MC, our Memo, Boabasso, when was my falling another chief executive from Boabasso, Yamin Kosara, Gamon, Shishamo. On cotton from need my pap, my yard. Akanyaka. You know, and also the Baka was the Bian immediately can say, a question, that was for Trebia. It been a defopa, it been so. Suban correct. It been Suban correct. At the Amias Omum Suban correct. Warishim, so much can species. And you make a 2 year pentem, and you may a frafra driver for the Biani Nemo, floating drivers. The Biani Nemo, a pentem, and the copper passenger. Fee. And after the back, I say, when I say, driver for a cheap DV castle, DV plate castle. Say a binimo facano at the coachro be or better, and I saw among crack, maybe a more corner there. It will be one America on the chrono. I am a yin. So one could ya question one fee or bet my womb and ya question. And see who said it before no, Mama, Yenny and Como, so Yenya Botrema on papa. Opentema o de to buma na omesinko ni nyina no ekimi boa ene woni ni challenge bia na fe tro fu ni biso ato de bia omo private car aso omo no mo competition aso omo no mo passenger ho se dey but wo san no diketu on hwe driving mirror mo so waben no so o men no ene so enam ye hu tro for na mo me respect o mo me ni omni sanse to the beer omobi a modern bono and so any omobi modern boy and so any cra Indiana enya abotrema on papa when you know says ye kwa sini bitimi akwas muteni e basu mutimu o hwe na no krata ebeja ene kasiaba National Road Safety Authority for the Tuja say abusumi no mu nipa ahwo mo nka okwa so apimba ko ha ene aduanan uhwe na enkran ye do so pa enkredi kan ansa na fe mia ni bi ni nyina no ka se won kan do so nipa won kan do so ena ye mu bi no emfa ye ho enya fe yi papa ena ebi so enti besre bi bie mu no ese nyina ye na mo a efi ho yi de fi ho yi wan fi ya no bi akoka dia bekam na fe be bia wo ko a opentem ni ade nyina no na back to stop na esi wo ko afi yi afi na to telephone so be frefre ni ntira wa elite ana wo maye ni nyina no ebia na nyom fom so bi akoka bekam we nyina no mo me enche no so na fi stress and traffic light be brave so say do akeka ho na ona mo traffic light enye duma doso enye duma no edoso urban roads muna sign kanini ehemase se signal fo se ehimfo na eyo ɔmo nyinaa hyɛ ɔban rose pase nti mesrɛ biribiara a ɛsi kwan ama ne traffic light yi wonam a bebree ɛnyɛ adwuma no mommia mo ani ɛnɛ wodu achimota school police station hɔ traffic light na hɔ no ɛnyɛ adwuma wode ebu anim abɛduru abofu saa traffic light na hɔ no ɛno nso ɛnyɛ adwuma bebree ɛnyɛ adwuma na ɛtɔrɔ bi a na wonam ase a na ehu na mesrɛ hyɛnkafoɔ paase woduru baabi na hɔ yɛ cross road the traffic light no nyɛ adwuma yɛabotra kakra sɛ traffic light no nyɛ adwuma no obiara tumi ɛkɔ obiara tumi ba obiara tumi kɔ na wode kɔ American house a emu hɔ baabi nkwanta bi wɔ hɔ traffic light no hɔ nso sɛ ne driverfoɔ no ɛfa ho di ɔmo ho ni no mebɔ me nsɛm ma wɔn asa burokye nsa no asɛ South Africa nsa no woeduru hɔ a na woekɔ odu a wɔn si akɔaba pii so afɔ obiara ntumi nkɔ bio nti East Legonfoɔ no mebɔ me nsa ma wɔn adeɛ a mehu no hɔ no ɛsɔ ni yɛn nyinaa mo mmiɛn sua na woduru ebile traffic light nyɛ adwuma mo to bɔ ebi a na obiara so nyinaa ɔkyerɛkyerɛ kwan ɛsɛ ohun sɛ woekɔ kakra obiara bɛkɔ mɛsɛ ɔdomfo gye nkɔ so nka ho abusuafoɔ no tiefoɔ ɔno anim yie na adwuma pɛ biara a ɛmu bi esi ani so no agya no ma no nyɛ atom ani nhyira ɛmfa bɛn
ACP anɔpɛ bɛdɔ ase sɛ wode road safety bit no abrɛ ɛwɔ dwumadi no so anɔpɛ yɛbɛtoa so na yɛde headlines of the newspapers no abrɛ ɔmanfoɔ. And welcome back to the Happy Morning Show. Brass said the headlines on the newspapers now Ebre Adofo Anope Ejimedina so Fati Shaibu Ali Elmenchen sounds now Remo Yamato Elmenchen Ejimedina Ebre Adofo Fati. Good morning.
Good morning, Simon.
Wait, good morning.
Morning, Simon.
You. Enshasi and Fa Telegraphic Enshasi.
Nabotra. So on to me contempt our bra. Me fa nyame sem by. What you say? Anope ye kenkan sem no. Be fa free. Luka. Etiripo ba kono mienu. 12 verse 47.
It's saying.
Luke chapter 12 verse
do
47.
I said do
mienu. And 47 there.
One kasa una also card no wa fa so.
Unim 47 what you.
So.
47 then.
I know it's in Fancy.
Okay, fancy then.
Idona Nation.
Luke chapter 12 verse 20. And that slave who knew his master well and did not get ready or act in accord with his will receive many lashes. And that slave who knew his master's will and did not get ready or act in accord with his will receive many lashes. One of the Bible verse we have. Why omuko djuma no mo ya so din yesi mo yesi na mo pese mo peye ne niam no you receive many lashes we Bible na kan yo Bible na kan entu ko djuma ne na onum se ko ye like a discal attitude wo djuma contrary to the bosses akachi o so ye no lashes na obechi na sa lashes no e be ban different ways e da be yi wedi e be ti o se kan no so and I say
And I say I be suspended.
And I be suspended. The message I'm the man of pain. It's uko juma no. Onim de yaka che se kona koye wo juma. Nti uko a ye ne pepe. Uchi uba o master si men yesi men fa kan ne fa ha men yesi men try se obebu master no because o yesa na o master no bu fupe. You receive many lashes. Many lashes. Enya ke na de bebu e be chika na efiri hom. Sami asem no me dey say. Ghanaian Times anope say government spent 12 billion Ghana cedis in 2020-2021. Finance Minister and this assembly Atuja. Ghana Malta to deepen ties in tourism and culture. We have a picture of Dr. Ibrahim Mohammed Awal and George Vela. Omanyina omofoni our front page of the Ghanaian Times. School children, vehicles trapped in heavy rains in Takoradi. Speaker tasks joint committee to investigate COVID-19 expenditure. Spiritualist remanded for allegedly defiling girl 15. Married couple accused of fraud and forgery. Nenyina eye nsema ewo ha Who said Sika involved there $650,000. I mean, yes, Sika Ketua Kra to a serious game now, my boy. Speaker, okay, sorry, me about data. What also our Ghanaian Times one up here was a powerful quake kills 1,000 in Afghanistan. COVID-19 vaccination, the fate of migrants and refugees. I know a feature of a paper now, Obetume Akai. Bono Regional NPP appoints 7 new executives. OSP funding issues relevant. Ghana Integrity Initiative and also or the callway about coalition calls for action of gender minister to facilitate passage of affirmative action bill. And also a very important story, the paper the about Anope. 800 journalists decide fate of 46 aspirants in GJ elections tomorrow. Times editor takes campaign message to Volta region. Now, OBPMO middle spread of the paper. I said no outbreak of Ebola in Ghana. Director General of the Ghana Health Service, and on this assembly Atuja. RegSec demolishes illegal structures on CSRI lands at Frafraha. Now, Sami, and development we are also Frafraha. Sami, I think it's very unfortunate because my first question I'm be Sami when they say Sami, sa lands never hono. What's your level of encroachment now, Sami? I'm not sure, say you are familiar with the site, but what's your level of encroachment now? I don't know how a ho bet me a Animal Research Institute. What am I saying? Because I say about 900 out of the 1,330 acres of land had already been encroached upon, with more than 3,000 to 4,000 houses built. Question I'm a bit saying is, if almost 70% of the land you encroach here, the Akano say about to me, and say, okay, fine. Met to also with developments, no. Now I relocate CSR because I mean 2,000 to 3,000 I could join in Egu and answer because of illegal encroachment. And say about to me reconsider our decision not to demolish. I think that we be able to know if the area has become almost a residential area. How would the Animal Research Institute know who could see or higher then? I mean, that's a name I will say no. Because I don't know if you've seen the videos. Who videos no pa rebel. You're far born into Yakao.
No, but a lesson must be taught people.
Oh,
a lesson must be taught. Some people, you know, and some assassin okona because I don't know assassin we say will be assassin. Obi at the Takashi, Obi at the minimum, Obi at the I'm connected, Obi at the I'm networked. No, I do assassin, no, I be seen there also.
No, but I mean 900 acres.
Yes, but Raymond.
Encroach upon. Yes. 900 acres. I mean, say, what developing to city on its own?
Yes,
and a town on its own.
Sami, how long have the developments been? When did people start encroaching?
Yeah.
What happened? What did they do? Because Sami, in all honesty, I doubt to say the people whose properties were taken down. No, to say me here, I know most sorry, and no more dental, no more you as I say, and no more say so most
no way.
People facilitated it.
Me assure say me kwa koto asase a. Me share say wo document. O the mamia I may go to
Lands Commission
to go and cross check and stuff. I know that Ebimu do not go through that, but at least they get some paper to show proof say bia matter and all that. Obi neton asasene ma omo. Who is that person? Authority ben na nipa ne wo na otumi nya boldness etumi kokoton asasene ma nkrofo.
Of that magnitude.
Sami.
Even if it's different people.
And all that nkoda nche no. The main point is that ben na CSRI who say nkofo encroach omo no omo asase.
Yeah.
Unless they are trying to say they've been on them for years. And the first 2 people, first 3 people, first 4 people, Omuko developing one no so no. Since how many years? And you've been on them people kept going about be doing that. I mean it's when you look at the struggle for accommodation na so obi to me enye sika ekukuru even single room self-contained see baby and gone just like that.
I share in your views and your concerns about the Wokanina, and you are absolutely right. But again, I ask Sefati, until IGP Dampari came, did we know that we could have a police officer who could instill such discipline in the police and in the generality of the citizenry as well? No. We didn't know. The CSIR might have been talking. The CSIR might have been making overtures to ensure that people don't encroach on their land. Some people may know some people, calls will be made before you realize nothing happens. But a regional minister who is disciplined enough to want to ensure the right thing is done takes up that challenge.
CSIR, I just a regional
takes up that
minister
challenge. Where even phone calls won't matter no more. Where phone calls won't matter no more, and he pulls them down.
So I mean, I hope
it takes one person.
I hope they are not pulling down the low-hanging fruits. I hope they are pulling down every structure there.
I hope so too. I hope so too.
I said Baku Sami Shen there, and Sami Shen there, or a big man.
Exactly.
I
hope so too.
Okay.
I hope so too.
Some stories are times Eddie Abanon.
Daily Guide. Rains sweep secondary Takrade. Attorney General chastises Ablakwa. Government blows 12 billion cedis on COVID-19. New editor for Daily Guide, Eno Ewohonum Samuel Amponsabwedi Obohonum. Bost settles debt. Comes with picture of Edwin Alfred Provencal. Other stories are Ubenya Ewo paper Nimo essay. Powerful earthquake kills 1,000 in Afghanistan. 2 Jesuit priests gunned down in Mexico. Thousands evacuated as floods ravage South China. Bill Cosby sexually assaulted teen in 1970s. U.S. plans to reduce nicotine in cigarettes. And also, Ewo Honum Saso Ena Opuni dismissed again. GHS denies Ebola outbreak in Tamale. Ewo Honum Shatawale insults me for no reason. Sakode Ena Eka Sa Asemwe. Saso na ex-factory prices inflation hits 33.5%. We air stories are over Daily Guide. Ubenyebi Akai.
Yento also for Daily Graphic and Twaso Anape with front page of the Daily Graphic stories on it be any 48-hour ultimatum on CSIR lands, over 100 structures pulled down. Speaker directs investigations into COVID-19 expenditure and also government prudent in COVID-19 expenditure. Finance Minister tells Parliament. And to win our stories are a work crata and more other stories. So Daily Graphic more be any Ghana Gas Quantum accrue 40 million Ghana cedis for CSR project fund. TMA enacts bylaw to promote green environment. Public-private partnership key to development. And also amount for a bit to me. I can kind be EU pledges $630 million to Africa, Caribbean for food crisis. Raymond, listen carefully. EU pledges $630 million to Africa, Caribbean for food crisis. Yeah. Physician assistants, not doctors.
Sana EU pone brano au baba chesike. Na say so your African Union ni niam ho. Ana omo hoden sika sem tese. No ba sa COVID ba e me say EU omo to vaccines ni niam. Ana your sika sem do.
And now be say legitimate question be. Say anye bia no obraba no mo bonti o mutiminya ebi a omudi sia omudi kobo amanfo obraba na abofo no mo bo a
yeah
omo mutimi nya sika ne bi de sie na ahoyehie mo omudi be boa Africa fo
yeah omudi boa omo ankasa omo humpo e wo Europe region ho no the same EU no yes you are equivalent African Union the same America no yes you are Ghana ultimate say.
Yeah.
But Sammy, about you know more than a in school so do.
Yeah.
The Chronicle and OPC, Accra Commando strikes at Adentan, pulls down structures on CSIR land. Accra Commando, Sammy, picture now, but Accra Commando. So, and the regional minister,
but he's a
Henry
showman.
Quarter.
But why are they calling him Accra Commando?
He's a showman.
That's how I address it, Commando.
He's a showman.
Address it, Commando.
He's a showman.
Showman, Sammy, off Anchor Road, no. Monsieur Toyo.
Ongoye showmanship.
Speaker praises Ufuriata for COVID-19 management. Alleged ethnocentric comment. Osafomafo stokes fire in Ashanti region. Na Sami Assembly, may name exactly what happened, but as a youth of Bantama in Kumasi, on behalf of majority of people in Ashanti region, Omusho Mubufu, over semi presidential advisor Yao Osafomafo Ekaye. Say Ashantis did not play any significant role in gaining independence for Ghana. No, Sammy.
I wouldn't.
Oh no. But
space on.
A worrying development.
Yeah, but Raymond, I wouldn't even give you wind.
A lot of people are saying that he should retract.
I wouldn't. I mean, you know. Certain comments shouldn't come from certain people.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
And then exactly. Abeka.
Oh, name history, no, but I mean it's not in good taste, whichever way you look at it.
The new Crusading Guide is a boss to speak at City TV CD Summit on June 27. Nungwa Chief of Staff cautions Opoigono residents as SC judgment favors Nungwa. Government demonstrates transparency on COVID expenditure. Ghana's economy on the verge of collapse with huge debts. Sylvester Mensah Ena Eka. Osustu launches official emblem. Eno ewo hanum peso hua ubetimi apebiakai. Afghan earthquake, hundreds killed as scores wounded, says state media. Other stories are ubenya akai essay. SEC approves introduction of new instrument on GSC. Letogo crosses 1 billion cedis in total assets, now the biggest SDI in Ghana. Congolese diaspora marches in Brussels to pay homage to Lumumba. Cape Verde declares economic emergency. Cleanup underway following deadly Ivory Coast flood. Burkina Junta leader holds talks with overthrown president Eno Ewohonum. Ablaka must be called to order over lies against National Cathedral. Majority reject minorities' call for ad hoc committee to probe COVID-19 expenditure. We stories are offer the new Crusading Guide. Ubenyebi Akai.
Yentuasu the Daily Statesman and Billman for nothing fishing COVID-19 expenditure. Finance Minister Ena Ekasa. Ghana Health Service, no Ebola outbreak in Ghana. And creatures evicted from CSIR lands. And this is and a Guel bitumen plant to commence commercial production in August. My final paper and Twaso and the Business Finder newspaper. 18.919 billion Ghana cedis mobilized, 12 billion spent. Ufuriata gives detailed breakdown of COVID-19 expenditure.
4 billion. Akaya 4 billion. Akaya 4 billion.
No, there be.
Ebeka say. Ebeka 6.
Hey, Akaya 6 billion.
No, there's 6. No, now what is the Akaya no? Also, we have budget to support. We to support the budget. How which part of the budget are they supporting and you name that? No, you do. And you say they are supporting budget. But he didn't give the breakdown of. I think.
And there's any problems?
No, I'm not breakdown of how the budget was supported with Tasikano.
Well, the paper says that detailed breakdown of COVID-19 expenditure. For me, it wasn't detailed enough.
It wasn't.
It wasn't
no,
detailed
it's not about detailed enough. It wasn't detailed.
Because you see, we should know, unless of course he's going to provide a document to Parliament.
Yeah. The
parliamentarians can have a regional breakdown. If they said that they fed 1 million people. 1 million people in Ashanti region, how many people were fed? In the Greater Accra region, how many people were fed? In so and so, how many people were fed? There should be detailed expenditure plan. That must be provided, but I'm sure we'll get to that point.
Well, sir, the bipartisan committee, right? A bipartisan committee, yeah. Yes, okay, no, a joint committee, speaker say, and investigate numbers now, but you're better taking from a home. The
Yes,
Vanguard.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
The Vanguard, I know, say, because some of the figures, who.
Yeah.
About Bakubia, I say 36 million Ghana cedis for Agenda 111 logo. No, I know you're correct. Because it was now a trend the powers. I mean, I don't know if you saw the trend. Agenda 111.
Yeah.
Ufriata appears in the chamber at last. Says 12.04 billion Ghana cedis spent on COVID-19. Updates from NPA and also a story lies about National Cathedral must stop. MPs must be called to order. Executive Director. That's I mean, with all due respect, Executive Director, no. I think that he owes Ghanaians a lot of explanations, rather than telling us that we are telling lies about the cathedral. No. And if he's listening to us this morning now, Dr. Paul Opoku Mensah, tell Ghanaians how much you have realized from your short code or the two just say Ghanaians should support. Club 100, no. Be bold enough to tell Ghanaians how much you have made or you've realized from contributions as Ghanaians. Any chief imam, any faith-based organizations or Modebaya, no. Tell Ghanaians how much you've made. Why are you quiet on that figure? So I mean, all this while, Yaka COVID-19, Yaka Cathedral Assembly, no. The focus has been on government. Government has spent 25 million. Government has done this. Government has done this. But you operationalized a short code. Ghanaians bear a contribution. How much have you realized? Why is it silent on that figure? When we throw about figures, you come and tell us we are telling lies. Feed Ghanaians the right information and let's move on. You've told us.
Until the lies were put out there. Did you know that Pastor Mensah was not?
I didn't know.
We didn't know.
You are not forthcoming with information. When we go and dig and bring, you say we are telling lies.
Until the lies were put out there, did we know that the National Cathedral was a public institution?
No.
We didn't know. We didn't know.
Until the lies were put out, we didn't know that Ajayi was so sourced.
We didn't know.
The so-called lies. Let me put it that way. The so-called lies. You see, my partner, my penny say, he should come and account to Ghanaians how much is realized so far. And let us commend the churches, let us commend Ghanaians for their contributions so far. Why is it that they are so silent on contributions received from the good people of Ghana and faith-based organizations and even the Muslim community in Ghana? Why? Sacked bank manager smuggled to work by TUC boss. Russia-Ukraine war, cause of city depreciation. Oreku Edu, and on this assembly about Oreku Edu, a deputy minister, energy. We stories and obey the Vanguard Ediaba.
Daybreak, Valentine chocolate, alarm blow at CPC over MD's 2 million cedi debt to company. Baumia assures industries of support to face global trends. Government committed to cedi stabilization of Reata Finance Minister Enai Kasa. SHC hand over bungalows to GIS. Coming up, OT Police and the 7K bribery scandal. No, ewo hanuma ubetimi apebi akai. So and other stories are Ubenya as a capital riot hearing. Vote workers detail death threat. Saudi Crown Prince visit Turkey for first time since Khashoggi murder. And no ewo honum. Statistical Service allocate 14 vehicles to selected MDAs. Government support PFJ program with additional 278 million cedis. Ufuriata Eneka, NPP has real issues that need fixing to break the 8. Frederick Opariansa Nekaye, I didn't join NDC, I was part of the formation. Sylvester Mensah and ICA. Two bodies discuss measures to reduce shipping cost. Ghana Port keen on environmental sustainability. GPHA undertakes environmental assessment and management plan for ports. We a story Albania ewo daybreak.
The anchor Anope say alarm blows over CocoBot's $140 million cooked deal to private firm. Some CocoBot bimo. Abandoned Ejura farms rotting away. Notorious CSIR land encroachers weep as Rexec pulls down structures. Pharmacies in Ashaiman, Mamobi selling dangerous drugs to addicts as World Drugs Day falls on Sunday. Nina a sema paper no adiaba. Samokai Ejura farms rotting away.
Yeah.
It's a
What
very,
happened
very
to
sad, very
Commander
sad.
Sugar Factory? It was supposed to have come on stream, I think in April. Is it working? Commander Sugar Factory?
That's not started.
Now April no yet the year and account.
Yes.
April
Yeah,
2022.
It's a transfer.
Well, the business analyst. DJ elections, Jumfo to set up insurance package for journalists. No imminent fuel shortage, CBOD boss assures. Economy grows by 3.3% in first quarter of 2022. COVID-19 expenditure, government spent 3.72 billion cedis less in 2020 and 2021. So, and other stories are Ubenya essay. Afghan earthquake, at least 1,000 people killed and 1,500 injured. AU suspends participation in UN-led Sudan talks. And no Honum. Comment and analysis. Should I be scared of artificial intelligence? And no Honoma Omo Ebisa. NSS acquires 20,000 acres for commercial farming. Let's leverage on TVET to abate unemployment menace. And also a story for the business analyst. Ubenyebi Akai.
You can also inquire your website www.happyghana.com and for stories maybe embe amount for a national cathedral opposes won't go to hell. I know Ewo LGBTQI plus and some Freddie Blaze comments the true position of government. Madi Jibril and Ekasa Ashanti Region NPP threatens to name shadow chairman. And also Ewo and the world cannot exist without men. Dr. Akanayu and Kasas and Muslims are always treated with brute force. Adib Sani. National Cathedral retracts allegations against me or I sue. AG warns a black one. And Ghana has not recorded Ebola outbreak. Ghana Health Service and Kasa. Government has been truthful with COVID-19 expenditure. Ken Oforiata and Kasa. We any stories are.
Google News, Baumia cannot come to power. Dr. Nyahonya Hotamaklo and I attribute Yamano. Organize a massive demo to force government to listen. Wekobrobi to arise Ghana leaders. Other stories, Albania is Ghana. Ebola outbreak simulation exercise in Tamale. Fuel shortage looms as Bank of Ghana rations dollars, says Bloomberg. You know, Ewo Honum. Saso and meet the rich kids of GIS as they show off glamorous outfits and cars. And also Ewo Honoma. Ope se unhua ubetumi akopebi akai.
Sami me former school no.
Mujimudi.
Yeah,
Yemfa CNN.com.
Oh, Sami. Oh, na upentama ko.
Kafra.
But Sami, opredo do.
Kafra. Opre.
CityNewsroom.com and OpenSay. Revive tour to tackle city depreciation and inflation. Duncan Amwa. Sami, tour no. Ejuma be no mo yesese.
Cause all is here almost store. I'm for
almost store na call left na tia kakra.
Yeah.
It is here no mo rent omo storage facilities.
Yeah.
And ejuma tour here. The 3 member IMC no ejuma be no mo ya. And I find there no my so far.
Somebody I'm reporting the bill.
Sir.
I'm the reporting the bill.
Finance Minister's COVID-19 funds presentation was factual. John Kuma. I mean, what said John Kuma before he became finance minister, no, one of the MPs. No, I think he became MP. Sent the first time.
Yeah.
He was one of the people. Media platforms, no, so and Utiena, he sounded very, Otumo Nadrimu Dopa. Compared to Ofori-Atta was untruthful. Proper accountability needed on COVID-19 expenditure. Adongo and not this assembly at Tuja. I'm patch say John Kuma before, John Kuma now. No, they are two different people. National Cathedral retract, apologize over allegations against me. Damn to Ablakwa. Oto also citynewsroom.com and appear. Other stories I will say. Consider publishing your decisions online. The Femekpo urges courts. Government is committed to stabilizing city. Ken Ofori-Atta. Government supports PFJ program with additional 278 million Ghana cedis. Ken Ofori-Atta. Bagbin directs finance health committees to probe COVID-19 expenses. 18.19 billion mobilized for COVID-19 fight. 12 billion was utilized. Ken Ofori-Atta. Minority calls for committee to lead probe into COVID-19 expenditure. Central region heavy duty truck gets stuck on recently repaired Suwori Bridge. And also a story at Ewaha. And a flooding on Apramdo Apua Road caused by engineering problem. Western Regional Minister this Assembly Abba. Ghana Statistical Service allocates vehicles to selected MDAs. So I mean, Ghana Statistical Service allocate vehicles. Or maybe I say, oh, industry no match. I'm not more allocated.
What kind of story now? I may give you a reason.
The Ghana Statistical Service has allocated 14 Toyota Hilux pickups to 7 ministries, departments, and agencies. The vehicles were handed over to the beneficiary MDAs in a ceremony at the Census Secretariat GSS head office in Accra on Wednesday. Birth and Death Registry received 8 of the vehicles, whilst one vehicle was given to the prisons, Ghana Police, Registrar General's Department, Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Ghana Health Service and Immigration Service. Their vehicles were allocated as part of efforts to enhance data collection and monitoring of MDA statistics units under the Harmonizing and Improving Statistics in West Africa project. So,
so amount of reason here at the moment, data collection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a car no be
Yeah.
Okay. When the stories are no pay citynewsroom.com there about.
Yanko Reuters News. Russia seeks new fuel markets in Africa, Middle East as Europe turns away. Senegal's opposition supporters bank port and pans in noisy protest. UK's Boris Johnson hopes Rwanda visit will help people shed condescending attitudes. Killed Italian envoy's widow tearfully tells Pope of husband's aid work. Tanzania ruling party now says it insists on constitutional reform. Sasso and Odinga's running mate in Kenya election promises corruption crackdown if elected. We Reuters News.
In first CNN stories, Embraer Oman for Ukraine may have endured worse week since fall of Mariupol. And Ukraine's defense of the last city in the Luhansk region still holds just became a lot more tenuous. And one more at the latest on the Russian Ukraine war, one more at the details be at the home. Putin says Russia is rerouting trade to China and India. And Ukrainian journalist executed in cold blood. That's according to a report. Western sanctions are weaponizing world economy, China Z says. And a poll that should scare Trump. And also the President Donald Trump and Funi Atuho. New Omicron subvariants escape antibodies from vaccination and prior infection. Studies show. And to I see a DHA. Afghanistan views from deadly earthquake as crisis hits country struggles for aid. When you know a stories are pay CNN.com edi abrɛn yɛmbɔhwi na yɛmfa weather updates no embrɛ ɔmanfo anɔpɛ na ewia may hand it over emfama fati any ninua bema. Weather update. Almost southern Ghana will be cloudy with this morning with pockets of slight rain. Brighter conditions will follow as the day unfolds. Sun and cloud will alternate over northern Ghana from morning to afternoon. Cloudy weather with thunderstorms is expected later in the day. Until we any weather better and pay Ghana Meteo for SEM for Embroman for. I say, when you're ready, so Ubekasa. Na ebia UDBB. Na immediately nipa no beka cho so mama no nkasa na eno awotimi ko dwom untimi nkasa immediately nipa no ba on aduane wo no untimi nkasa we are we untimi nkasa untimi nkasa
I don't understand it.
Monti ase monkoso
for COVID-19 update no and to us information where Efi Ghana Health Service active cases are 1,308. Confirmed cases 164,541. New cases a year 218. Deaths a year 1,448. Recoveries and discharge a year 161,785. Vaccination drive. Total vaccine doses administered 16,752,032. Way as at 21st June 2022. So OSHA worldwide figures are recorded here. Total figures are 541 plus 857,000. Deaths are 6.32 million plus 1,722. Yabeko social media na fe no yede trend no atwaso. Na prom night air trend ankasa na air trend neba ne saying a year student of the Ghana International School GIS and omo eye mo annual prom night omo ye na video bi eba PM na wo hwe senia school nkola no address any kasa omo de ko PM ewo prom night na otumi wo say omo school fees machi ye ankasa na video no ebebe PM ewo Twitter no reactions bebre na aba amanfo kasa can be na umma share video no na yenhu senia etie Nti omuriye no na mo crown prom king and prom queen ewo honoma Ghana for hu ye cast no customized ones in our Ghana for see mama you read the comment ne to pa Ghana say when you watch just the excerpt of GIS prom 2022 you realize that the ahotire in Ghana that you are talking about is just you and your family. A man for papa was sika rough. A man for so mama so was sika rough. Harrison say that prom night them do for GIS no be small. Somebody they wear mansion for hand. Cherry say this GIS prom if they make it an open invitation, the suit I go wear will make some of the students look normal. The hype is all about the school and their wealthy parents. Eko say, I've always wanted my son to attend my alma mater at the Southern College. As I see the GIS Dama prom, now I conf. Harmony say, after watching the GIS prom video, you all feel sad for the unborn generation cause them go suffer past we safe. You see the sons and daughters of your leaders. Williams say, as I see the GIS prom, I figure it be somebody in wedding reception. If you want to ma na ye call Ochehene. Na 1,000 students ena omu enya 20 Ghana cedis each as gift from Ochehene Osajifo Amotia Oforipenny. Mama yenhwe video no for 1,000 people. Mama yenhwe video no. Enti dia ohwe ewon foni no emu eno no na Ochehene Osajifo Amotia Oforipenny na Oma school nkolano sika obiaba na wagena. I was surprised say school nkolano omo ankoto form anje sika no because me mishiana na meda form because Osajifo enti na menti ase menti dia school nkolano mo ye na ase. It looks like Nana doesn't mind mum because I mean na chene kama but me mum pa de mishiana na e ade meda form enti no school nkolano they need to learn na
obey na 20 no
oh there be some meda form chiana answer meda form chiana answer
Nana tia me so
met Charlie Osajifo meda form hey no uko chiana na we front ma be dwan no na school nkola jani nimsa no e bi omo yankola ni ntino like they don't know better ntino or be pande no but me dey nka meda form na commenter
na ntina no chiska no
no I just say ye kohwehwe na afi no me de brel in the course of the program no na commenter aba any say Joyce say the mentality of a man must always take care of a woman had killed dreams and destroyed homes. It is a partnership, not financial domestic slavery or either partners in relationship. Mense comment and I say how it relates to this.
Reference another.
Francis said, that's Africa for you. When someone becomes rich, that person suddenly becomes the most intelligent people on planet. When I think it's a comment, you know. For another trend, not issue. For this particular one. Comment no afena meduswa meba abeka eneno ase we no edos yi ankasa. NOB say it is better than sharing biscuits or t-shirts. Some will say thank you Ochehene. Someone may not know this 20 cities will do some of these people some good, especially the adolescent ladies. Thank you Nana. I think some of traditional leaders are adopting a new style of leadership. It shouldn't end here. George said these children will grow up to be charitable. People sitting in their rooms think they are wiser than the king. When you get your money, you can use it for the charitable work you are suggesting. God bless the king. Kofi say, so Nana couldn't set up an educational fund for these students rather than doling out this money to them. Just go and spend them, the very minute. Now Ayele say one of the owners of Ghana, you get it? Anyway, if you don't get it, forget about it. Faith, you say, wow, imagine 5 children from one family were given such amount, like 100 cities for the family. Anyway, let's say God bless you, Nana. If you want to man, I call Ebola. Now, the Northern Regional Health Directorate and our Omabedi BNK claims to say there is a confirmed case of Ebola in Tamale. Dr. Patrick Kumwabwa just so akachere media for no during a briefing say na a simulation exercise you carry out ewo emba directorate no na eno ena manfo a confusing ne say ebia na eye Ebola esi ehu ense moma yenhwe video no asema okan.
As the Deputy Minister mentioned, this afternoon we've had some news that I want the opportunity to explain what has happened. We don't have any Ebola case, but as a service, we always do simulations. We don't just wait for the thing to happen. We do simulations to say, should I have Ebola today? Is my system ready? And so that was an exercise that was being carried out in Tamale. That should there be Ebola outbreak, would the system be ready? Would the labs be ready? Would all the surveillance people be ready? And then that's what I think somebody misconstrue that to be a real outbreak. So it's one of the simulation exercises we routinely do for such cases. Should there happen, whether it is Lassa fever, yellow fever, anything, we do periodic assessment to see our preparedness should this happen. So that's what I want to put out there. We've also put on our social media feed to explain that the situation that we are in.
Comment Abano Ene Blaze said, another avenue to steal from taxpayers. Olusi Masa, if he has come, don't try to cover it. Say it early before it's too late. There is no rumor without an iota of truth. This government is capable of anything. Later, they will tell us they wanted to confirm first, in order not to cause fear and panic. Pope say there may be something fishy somewhere because they said it has been confirmed, and now they say no outbreak. Hey, if you want to know, call Macdan, Same any Raymond, a favorite entrepreneur. Macdan and Aba Bontia Babeka say men should not allow their wives to pay bills at home. Now he says even if your wife is paying the bills, take over because that is the role of a man. The woman's money, according to him, is her money and not for paying bills. The man is a keeper of the home. Sa eno ode ebetuja. Into ode betuja na Ghana for say, I don't want peace. I want problems. Always. Comments no any coming straight from violence headquarters. Joyce say, this mentality of a man must always take care of a woman has killed dreams and destroyed homes. It is a partnership, not financial or domestic slavery or other partners in the relationship. Francis say, that's Africa for you. When someone becomes rich, that person suddenly becomes the most intelligent person on the planet. When we exchange vows, is salary always excluded? Kelly say, when you get money, you will agree with him. Awal say, interestingly, what he is saying is the Islamic point of view. Before God and man, I don't know how much my wife earns as a nurse. She can choose to support, but it's not binding. Nate say, after my wife finished reading this message, she has changed her ATM PIN code and has spent my salary already to Eka Abefi. Sa ena comment no eko. Enti aha ena yede trending issues no ebesi na same. Trending issues no. I'll start with my comment. Now my comment and say people on us Ghana Health Service should be clear on who and who can speak to what issues. Because menti asiye say a year disease control officer owo northern region honum na afe so yesai ekope I then clarification from public health officer of that same department ewo honoma or confirm me on tape in an interview. The man mentioned his name, mentioned his designation, and stated, say, samples were taken, edikoye, akwakoye nhwehwemu, and it been confirmed, say nipa no enya Ebola, omo isolating urgent treatment. I am speaking to this assembly because of how amanfo atoahye journalist ne so say wa report falsehood. I don't think say journalist be sorry na wa boni srem And that's on a man now we she be now we be sending questions now answer no Abeka said that is it. It was an officer. It was an officer of the directorate. It's not like on an amwokeke. And the person spoke at length explaining the situation. And so what is this? The interview is here.
Audio and video.
Audio. And the person mentioned his name.
It can be.
Because the interview was done for radio. So
audio is audio.
No.
Audio is audio.
No.
No, audio is audio.
Well, the journalist went to find somebody walking about and concocted an audio.
That's a possibility.
Oh, Raymond.
No, is it? No, is it something?
No.
If it were.
And all of a sudden.
No, is it something?
See, what is the link between having a simulation and actually having a case?
No, simulation is.
Or even having a suspected case.
Preparedness. Just
then, and all of a sudden, Ebola by how many years in it? Then all of a sudden.
Periodic simulation.
When was the last time they did that periodic simulation? Or when was the first time?
No, but you see, I want to deal with the journalists and the.
I am sending the voice to you, Isaac.
No, you see, for the avoidance of doubt.
Let people hear.
Has the Ghana Health Service denied say the said voice, the said person, nipa na yebon di, any destination yebo you know, does that person exist? Ewo omo structure no mana, omo organizational structure no mana. Ultimately, so that somebody will not go and hide behind Sammy Shensin and say, I am head of current affairs, Happy FM, grant an interview, and all of us have to believe that that is indeed Sammy Shen. Ultimately, so if Ghana Health Service is responding to this matter, first of all, no, the said voice nearby and I say, Nipane say, Ebola Boria Tamalino. Is that person really an officer of the Ghana Health Service?
Yes.
I want us to establish that fact first. If that fact is established, now you know.
Don't forget that the journalist works in the region. Journalist, no name, baby, or social health director.
This interview was done on which network?
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't. But the first time I chanced on the initial one was the outbreak one. They had sourced the story to the Ghana News Agency. And
yes.
So quickly, and I may call Ghana News Agency for website. When I went there, it was there, Ghana News Agency story. But it was just a brief, about 2 or 3 or 4 lines. And like I say, updates coming soon. Then after less than 20 minutes, then another story came on the GNA's website. So the initial publication they had done, there was a mistake with that publication. And so they had come to clarify.
I wish you could listen to the interview.
I'm hoping that they can get
I wish you could listen to the interview and tell me, say, as a journalist, the person meant to say that it's a simulation, and
see,
if you are doing a simulation and you are being interviewed, why would you say samples are bad and idea? Like, what has the samples got to do with the simulation exercise? No, and if you are doing a simulation exercise, now we invite journalists. They wouldn't know that simulation exercise na report.
But what will government gain in trying to hide if we have recorded a case? What will be in it for government?
I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that there is no smoke without fire.
This particular
what
fire.
Is it? Either say nipa na granting interview no. On one hand, you're confused, or they say why he's not supposed to be there.
It's possible.
No, but
otherwise I don't get it.
The authenticity of the audio you're talking about.
It's GNA, Sammy.
Ghana News Agency.
Yes.
Oh. I doubt.
So why does Ghana News Agency then come to make that retraction?
Why? If government comes to tell you that someone kind of Ghana News Agency, they will say that is why the audio has been released.
Some Patrick can
retraction.
I want to deal with this matter. You see, I don't want us to leave this. I don't want us to leave it hanging. We have to deal with the matter. We have to deal with the details.
I'm trying to look for.
Because I mean, the fact that it's coming from Ghana News Agency doesn't mean say a whole truth. And I say find hook, line, and sinker. No. There are a lot of issues here. So I mean, it's different when you do a story and you capture the person on video saying, say, X, Y, and Z transpired. And it's again different when you have somebody on record, just a voice, in this day and age of doctored voices in India, okay? Now, my argument is that the said person, you know, you better to me confirm, say, indeed, this person is an official or an officer of the Ghana Health Service and made that statement on authority by virtue of the fact, or you're close to the action. And if we cannot prove that, I have an issue. The matter is moot. I can confidently say that this particular voice is circulating. It is something that has been created to cause fear and panic.
No, Raymond, I don't agree with you if you say that.
No.
It is something which has been created. What would be in it for the GNA to want to make such a publication in the first place?
Do you know that Ebola is a political tool?
You see,
I'm finding it
difficult finding the story.
It's not there anymore.
Yes, I'm finding difficult finding the story that I saw yesterday.
Sammy, do you know Ebola?
No, there is one.
Do you know Ebola is a campaign message or a political tool? Do you know?
Why?
That Kofi argues that during the tenure when you Ebola. And no, you understand? No, this is the country we are living in. And that's why I'm saying that I'll not put it beyond anybody who go and sit somewhere and say that when who said simulation also. Now I call you BBI shame say, because of simulation also Ebola back Tamale. I won't be surprised.
No.
I won't be surprised. No. Sammy, I'm saying that I won't put it past anybody.
No.
Mischief.
Well, I honestly
won't put mischief past anybody.
I am finding my way.
And a journalist,
I'm finding it difficult finding my way. You know,
and I be a journalist Bekano. I say hook, line, sinker. Hook, line, and sinker.
As a journalist, I will not go and report falsehood.
Well,
but
some
if an authority,
do. Some journalists do.
If an authority in a field gives me information,
who is that authority?
I'll report
who is that authority?
As
who
the
is that
person
authority?
told.
Who is? And the African Ghana Health Service name is say story nearby. You know the name of the person.
Let's take a listen to that.
Well, Canada.
Let's take a listen to that interview.
Yesterday, I had an interaction with the media concerning our Ebola virus condition suspected case, which I assured the community that the situation is really under control. We have taken some samples and sent to National for further investigation. Yesterday at around 6 p.m., we had the feedback from the National that the case and it was confirmed was positive. It's a male, and as I speak, the case is really responding to treatment. All right. So we have deployed all our teams to the field for further investigation and some contact tracing to be done to look for more cases that they couldn't even suspect. All right. For us to know the magnitude of cases that we have in the community. All right. So briefly, we are on top of really the situation. It's just a single case for now. Unfortunately, we're able to pick this case, and the case is really responding to our treatment. And teams have been sent to the community to do further case search by doing the contact tracing of this particular case. Yeah.
Where is the case now? Where is it responding to treatment? Which facility?
At Tamale West Hospital. The case was seen at Tamale West Hospital, and then that we took the samples.
The case came there on his own, or you suspected in the community of what?
Well, the case came there on his own, but because of already we've heightened the environment about such cases. All right, the neighboring countries started recording, or they are getting cases of that, and even deaths. All right, so we heightened our surveillance system such a way that any case of such nature will easily be suspected and then picked. It's through such a medium that the case was really.
Would you want to name the community that the case came from?
The community, well, the community, Tamale Metro. Yes, came from Tamale Metro. That is, we say, Nyani area. Yes.
How old is this person also?
Oh, 35. Yeah, male. Yes.
So he's being treated at the West
Yes,
Hospital?
yeah, being treated at the West Hospital.
Thank you.
Yes, at isolated, ward. And
Please, can you give your name and designation?
oh, Hussein Mahama. Yeah,
You are
yeah,
the,
Hussein Mahama.
I mean, the
Yeah,
designation.
regional disease control officer. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, thank you very much.
So, Fatih, he says that what Tamale what?
Regional Disease Control Officer.
Tamale.
Hussein
Mahama. That's the name he mentioned. Hussein Mahama.
Okay, Hussein Mahama.
I
Okay,
thought-
Stephen
no, Stephen.
Mahama.
Yes, Mahama. Hussein
Who
Mahama.
Ghana Health Service or more
You see,
employees
Fatih,
or
Fatih,
Yes,
I am tempted to go with you
thank you.
on the audio I just listened to.
Thank you.
I am tempted to go with you on the concerns you are raising
Thank you.
as to the authenticity of this interview. I won't sit here and pretend to be an expert in audio analysis. I won't. I have no qualification. But if I listen to the voice of the person who was speaking,
Samishi.
oh, let me land.
You
Let me
listen to
land.
voice and conclude,
Oh,
say, oh, we did,
let me
or officer
land,
of Ghana
Raymond.
Health Service.
Let me land, Raymond.
Samishi.
If I listen to that voice, the person being interviewed indeed is of northern stock. If I listen to that voice. If I listen to that voice, the person who was speaking had information,
Thank you. Details.
detailed information
Details.
about what is happening. Questions posed to him, he answers them with specifics.
Thank you, sir.
Where the case broke out, he answers. He gives the age
Thank you, sir.
of the individual that is allegedly contracted the disease. He gives information as to steps that are being taken now. The person is under treatment and under care. And so, Fatih, as much as the Ghana Health Service has come to say, I honestly side with you, because yesterday I had not heard this
Exactly.
audio. But hearing this audio, I side with you. Now, I 1 second. You can bear me out. This is the Ghana News Agency.
Yes.
This is their website.
Yes.
Their first story they wrote
Yeah.
was confirmed Ebola outbreak in northern region. I'm coming. Initially, where is this thing gone? Initially, here, this side, it was giving me details of the story.
Okay.
But I don't know why this people also search for has come. Then this was 16 hours ago. Then 17 hours after, it comes to say update on confirmed Ebola outbreak in northern region. You see that this one, you can see that Tamale.
Yes.
Junior, initially, this one, you could see the same
The
thing
rest,
that is also
okay.
here. But I don't know why I can't see it there. If I click on this story, it's gone. It's been deleted.
Yes.
But the one which updates and says that it is a simulation
simulation.
exercise, you see that the story is there.
All right.
But of a truth. It brings me to the conspiracy theory point that Raymond made about the political angle of this. That what would happen if it was public knowledge that Ebola has entered into this country? The political angle. Hey, John Mahama time. Party needs to be prevented at the end from coming into this country.
Yes. It was
COVID.
said.
COVID aba Ebola o ma we say mu ye betra ho ama Ebola nso so abebo o ma we mu. What would Ghanaians say? That the same John Mahama who prevented it from happening, we have not been able to prevent it from happening. It's a conspiracy theory.
Yes.
It's a
It was
conspiracy
even used
theory.
as a campaign. Master, it's not a conspiracy
No, I
theory.
mean
as
in
a-
this context here, in this context. And so would there be motive?
to shelve it.
Would there be motive? I'm not saying I'm just conjecturing, but I'm saying that would there be motive enough for the speedy counter message that came? Would there be motive? I would say this, that if the conspiracy theorists, their theory is anything to go by, I don't see any reason why the Ghana Health Service would want to come and put out the information per the audio we have listened to, that there is nothing of a sort as in a recorded case. Why do I say that? Because there's a vaccine. There's a vaccine. Ebola is not the Ebola we knew when it first broke out. And so, why should it be a concern? Why should it be a worry if we record a case of Ebola when there is treatment?
And that's the more reason why nobody should tell lies about this matter. I believe the account of the Ghana Health Service. Sammy, today, if we want to do justice to this matter, I think that we should call the Regional Health Director, Northern Region, Dr. John Eliza. No. So indeed, Obi wa office your friend Stephen Mahama.
Hold on.
Let us go there.
Hold on. You need Dr. Abubakar in the Nkomo. We're Ghana Health Service in Penyufone Bako. Tamale na yimbisa na kakra what we know about this story we are discussing. Hello, good morning, Doc.
Good morning.
I'm hoping you're doing well today, sir.
Oh, fine.
All right. Doc, tell us a bit about this simulation exercise that we are being told you did, and the earlier publication that had come that there had been an outbreak of a case of Ebola in the region. What triggered the simulation in the first place?
Oh, the simulations by organizations such as Ghana Health Service is not a new thing, because we always mount surveillance for infectious disease outbreaks. Because other than that, if there's an outbreak of disease in one corner of the country, how would the whole country get to know and then mount a response? So it's something that we do most of the time. And this particular time, about 5 regions have been selected to do the simulation. Mind you, before that, new emergency operation centers were commissioned just early this year by the Director General of the Ghana Health Service in Takoradi, in Kumasi, and in Tamale. And one of the centers in Tamale, that's where the simulation exercise was being undertaken. Evaluators came from the School of Public Health and I think WHO to see how we are prepared to face any emergency public health situation. And the simulation started even on Tuesday with a smaller team management of the EOC. And then yesterday, a bigger containing about all the emergency operation team members at the Regional Health Directorate. And even today is continuing where all our district directors will participate in the simulation exercise. So, and this will still take place in 4 other regions. It started in Northern Region.
All right. Now, you mentioned that these simulation exercises are things that are done regularly. When was the last time a simulation exercise of this nature was done?
No, I can't tell you of it. That one you can find out from the headquarters, because like I said, it happens region by region. Ghana National Fire Service, they do simulations. Ambulance Service, they do simulations. NADMO does simulation. It's not any Ghana Health Service that does that.
All right.
Any organization that is in the forefront of fighting any emergency, and I'm sure for the military, the police, that's their business every day.
Sir, you are Deputy Director, Clinicals for the Ghana Health Service. And so it would be obvious enough within your catchment area to at least have a recollection of the last time you did an exercise of this sort. Would it not be fair to ask?
No, that one, this app, we also have a Deputy Director in charge of public health. Do you understand? So if you say it will not be fair to us to do that, I mean, because when we had disease outbreak situations, so the stakeholders even go beyond the Ghana Health Service. We have what we call the Regional Public Health Emergency Management Committee, which is usually even headed by the regional minister. We equally have the same at district level, headed by the district chief executives. So, depending on whether you are in an epidemic situation or not, for instance, when we had COVID, we had several engagements of that almost every 2 weeks. You understand? Yes. So it's not a new thing that we are doing.
All right. Would you happen to have heard an audio of an interview between one Mr. Hussein Mahama, who is supposed to be the Northern Regional Disease Control Officer? That's what he said his designation was. Would you happen to know such a man?
Yes, he's the Regional Disease Control Officer.
Have you heard?
In the simulation, he was acting as the Regional Director.
In the simulation, he was acting as a Regional Director.
Yes.
Fair enough. Have you heard that audio of that interview he is supposed to have granted to a media person?
I was standing there when he was granting the interview.
You were standing there when he was granting that interview?
Yes.
So the content of that interview false?
Like I said, what do you understand the word simulation?
So,
I don't know what you know the meaning of simulation.
All right. So if I may, it means that before the simulation, the health directorate within the area invited certain journalists also to be part of the simulation exercise.
And it's not only Ghana News Agency that was present. Joy News was there. And I think City also. So there is all part of the simulation for you. And they were even in the room when all the scenarios were given. Who could have chosen any other condition. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So they were there. And so you were supposed to be like engaging the press. And even if they were to report anything, it should have been reporting that simulation exercise has taken place in preparedness for this. So maybe if you want to know why that person chose to carry it as real story, you need to speak to the source.
Now,
so that the person can really tell you what came over him to come out. And in any case, if you go to the Ghana News Agency website, I think they have retracted the story.
Now, before we proceed, I'm still trying to get our listeners to follow the conversation and our viewers as well. So if the person was informed prior to the simulation exercise being done, why would such a person then report it as a reality?
I think that person is the best to answer that, and it is alive.
Is there correspondence? Is there correspondence between the health directorate to the GNA as to this particular simulation exercise being done? Is there correspondence?
Oh, but they were officially invited to be part of it, and like I said, it's continuing today, and I'm sure they will still be there today. And like I said, maybe even if your correspondent is on the ground, they can still come and see what is going on.
All right.
It wasn't done only yesterday. Like I said, it started on Tuesday, continued yesterday, and it's continuing today.
All right. Mr. Abubakar, I will thank you for making time to join me this morning.
Okay, you're welcome.
Fatih, relax.
This
listening to the man. Listening to the man. Listening to the man.
You have been briefed on what to do, how you are going to simulate
listening to the man. I would want to backtrack.
Thank you very much. You better.
I would want to backtrack in this sense.
This is fake news.
The whole idea of there's been a reported case, how the media is supposed to carry that simulation exercise as a reported case. And the simulation allows room for communication between the officers and media who may come to want to report on the matter, how that must happen. And so it all would be captured within the space of the simulation exercise. And so in that respect, I think that I would want to backtrack. But again, What beats my mind is this.
Exactly.
What
The
beats my mind is
journalist
that
understood
if
that this is
there was
just
prior official
a
communication that this is a simulation exercise, why
would
would
the
he
journalist
send back notes
It's alive. It's
from
not
the
dead. Go and
field
ask him.
to?
That's what I'm saying. That
It's
we need to
concerned
speak
journalists.
to the
These are the
journalists
type of
we need
journalists.
to
we are
listen
I
to
don't
the journalists.
understand how
Sammy,
you would know that this is just a
this
simulation
type
exercise.
of journalists, nation wreckers.
No,
Do, oh, come on, Sammy.
Your
Look, do you
descriptions.
know,
No,
wait,
your
wait,
descriptions.
Sammy, do you know the consequences of what
no,
this
your
audio has done?
descriptions, no,
Hold
your
on, Sammy.
descriptions, your
This is a
descriptions.
Have you
this is
heard
a
the side
nation.
of the
You haven't heard the
journalist?
side of the
This is
journalist.
a nation wrecking.
So
You
don't
see,
say
voice
that.
on the fire.
No.
Sammy,
Raymond,
do you know what it meant for
Raymond,
people to be
no.
circulating
You
on
see,
social media?
even if,
Ebola
even
Bagana.
if, you see,
Do you know what
even
it
if,
meant?
Raymond, listen.
Because of one reckless journalist.
Even if it's not, Raymond,
Sammy.
I
No,
disagree
no,
with
Sammy.
you
That was
when
reckless
you use the
journalism.
adjectives you are using.
The man
way.
mentioned to radio
No.
stations that were there.
No.
He mentioned Joy News or CCT by.
Raymond.
Why didn't we hear it on those platforms? Only one person decided to do
Have
this
you
audio.
also seen?
No.
Have you
also
seen
seen any
any
simulation story? Have you
Have you
seen
seen
any
any
simulation
simulation
story?
story?
Yeah, I read the simulation story
When?
yesterday.
Where?
I read it on
That
3
was
News.
yesterday.
I read it yesterday. That simulation was or not. I read that simulation
That was
story.
after
I'm
this
saying that. I'm
Ebola
saying that.
story came
You see,
out.
Let's
Before-
not downplay
See,
this thing.
no,
We were told that
the
it's a
3 News one
simulation.
had been sourced to GNO.
Let's not downplay
Yes.
this
It had
thing.
been sourced to
Sammy,
GNA.
Let's not downplay this thing. The impact of the audio that came out. Today we are sitting on this show.
See.
Two of you were in agreement here indeed.
See. Finally,
NIADC.
I found the initial report that the GNA did.
Yes, read the report.
A copy, a news, one of these
Sammy, read the
tabloids,
report.
copied it verbatim and posted.
Yes, read the
It says, this is what GNA wrote at the
Yes.
time. An outbreak of Ebola virus disease has been confirmed in the northern region.
How?
The public health emergency response team has, however, been deployed in a bid. Listen. Has been deployed in a bid to contain the situation. Mr. Hussein Mahama, Northern Regional Disease Control Officer, disclosed this to the Ghana News Agency in Tamale. More soon. This is what I saw on their
More soon.
website.
More
Yes.
soon.
This is what I
Let's
saw
read their
on their
retraction.
website.
What is in the retraction?
Let's
read what is in the retraction.
I'm
You see,
coming.
Sammy,
Hold
look.
on. There are rules
of engagement.
Hold on.
There are rules of engagement.
Hold on.
You see, this is just simulation. So we are going to make it look like Ebola ba. And I address press in
Listen. Updates on confirmed Ebola outbreak in northern region. This is a story by Albert Futukpo with the GNA. This is on their website. It says the outbreak of Ebola virus disease case reported by the Ghana News Agency in the northern region was rather a simulation
Thank you very
exercise. Relax. Mr. Hussein Mahama, the Northern Regional Disease Control Officer, who disclosed this to the Ghana News Agency in Tamale after the publication, said it was a simulation exercise and not real as captured by the report. The inconvenience caused is very much regretted.
This
But
is
I ask myself,
huge inconvenience.
Why would the journalist not know
official.
that there is a simulation?
The journalist knew.
You see?
The journalist knew.
End of what your sad story. The journalist did not know.
Are you kidding
Say
me?
a simulation.
Why didn't we? Why
And it
didn't the
looks
other
like
radio stations or
it
TV
looks
stations
like
publish it?
listen. It looks like Ebia Omoya DNA right? Then the journalist no. Let's even say why are you confused? Say now that no more simulation. What's going on? No, could be some question. Say what has warranted this simulation? And I am answer.
No. It is quite clear.
It is possible, sir.
No,
That is
it is clear.
where he understood
see,
it from.
As part
To
of
unravel
simulation.
this
Me,
matter,
I've been to a simulation before.
Whoever did
As a
that story
journalist,
is the person simulation biada. Whoever did that story, we must find out who did that story.
Yes.
Because you see, Fatih,
Sammy Missy, it was driven by pure mischief. It is mischief.
No, it's not mischief.
Mischief.
Mostly
GNS
they do send letters.
Yes.
I want to see
The
the
official
invitation letter
invitation
they gave
to
to GNA
the
or
GNA.
city
So
to
now
go and cover
So
this.
now you see what the journalist has caused now.
that what?
Today we are sitting here challenging Ghana Health Service. When they
Have you not challenged COVID-19?
I'm saying that
Didn't Professor Akosa challenge the Ghana Health Service? What did we find out when Professor Akosa did that?
those were matters of figures.
But was it not
Have
from
you
the Ghana
not
Health Service?
challenged COVID-19?
I'm saying that. No, you see,
haven't you?
And yet challenge
Haven't
Haven't you challenged the COVID-19
Ghana Health
fund?
Service is telling us that.
They say, haven't you challenged the COVID-19 fund, which has imminent persons
You want to
on
believe?
it?
You want to believe concern?
Unless the journalist went
You want to
late
believe
or do
concern
an
journalist?
interview, no question or also got that PB.
You
But
want
he
to-
was
you want
asking
to
questions.
believe
Yes, questions were being asked.
They knew why. The journalist knew why he published it. The journalist, only he will know why he published that.
What would be in it?
Oh,
for the journalist?
You're asking me.
What would be in it
okay,
for the
what would be in
journalist?
it for Ghana Service to lie to Ghanaians?
Anyway, well, simulation, not simulation. We are here.
Until this story broke, may one simulation story be our baby. So
Look.
the other journalists, no, no.
Simulation,
They also didn't
Simulation
read the
is
story.
even on graphic, daily graphic.
Go and open
No,
it.
Daily Graphic
You go
initially
and
sourced
open
it to the
it.
GNA.
Go and open
It was sourced to the GNA. It was sourced to the GNA. You know how I chanced on this story? I can't say it on air, but this is how I chanced on this story. Neighbor. This is how I chanced on this story. This is how I chanced on this story. That's how I chanced on this
No, but
story.
you cannot-
So
you
I
can-
was doing this. I saw the story and I was like, hey. So I started typing.
No, so you didn't.
Then
you
within
didn't
just a
do-
few minutes, I
you-
realized there's
Ayera.
been.
You, Sammy, you saw the story.
Yes.
You had to go and do checks to confirm if indeed. Where did you go?
I went to Graphic.
You went to.
I went to
look for
Graphic.
it?
When I went to
Ghana
Graphic,
Health
Graphic
Service.
had also sourced this too. The same source
No, you see,
that I was
Sammy,
at
Sammy,
the GNA.
you see, Sammy, the nation is already.
So I
recovering
want to
from-
see, for instance, let me go to my Joy Online because they said they invited Joy FM.
Yes.
So my Joy Online would report that Ghana Health Service conducts simulation exercise
They are
for
mostly
Ebola.
even the first.
You
Yes,
understand? Let me
yes,
check
yes.
if there is a story like that.
But if the reporter went and decided not to come and write story, so
Maybe.
Okay, no, one true story, so. Okay, good. Sammy,
Hold on.
why didn't we see a
Neighbor,
lot of
neighbor,
reporters
neighbor.
who were present there report say, oh, indeed.
Maybe.
One
Because
person has
most of the
reported
stories
Ebola.
that were reported were all picked from the GNA
No.
story.
Monim, do you know what goes on during simulation? From what they do on the field, after what they do on the field, omu ya press conference in Nema we are. Omefa nipa baako, as a nipa no wenya Ebola. As a nipa no wenya Ebola, no more than hospital, no more isolation
We know.
in Nema. They play all
We
of
know.
that thing out.
We know.
For journalists to see.
We know.
And if during simulation, a journalist who is probably doesn't understand what
As you are
simulation
talking,
is,
you
abeg
yourself
now.
ask yourself.
Abeka de okana.
When, apart from that simulation,
Well, so-
simulation ben on my
Adan ya wotre. Ghana has a bibi omo ye bia no omo ka chere.
And so why was this supposed to
When
be
they were doing
reported?
simulation for vaccination, did you know? Did you see? When they were doing simulation, how to do a vaccination, did you see?
Mama, enko for breaking, bro.
Anya bibia na public
for breaking, bro. Mama enko for breaking, bro.
concern journalists akofa there we aba.
Mama yanko
We
for
real
breaking,
say Ebola bagana.
Mama enko for breaking,
Do you
bro.
know the implication? Do you know yesterday how people were feeling?
And you welcome back to the Happy Morning Show. I should say this sports update a bread at the 4 and a pay Ejumedi no as well. Ramon Yamato I card all this sports in the bay. Wait, and I pay sports then of course.
Sammy, in some day bebree and of course world of sports. Big news I ban say Sadio Mane Ejabo Jana Enyaba were confirming the switch from Liverpool to Bayern Munich as you know on your Liverpool player be opening na e nsema me bebree for a branch about course here kan Emma Barcelona and friend Memphis Depay a branch no Ghana sisia ono so obon bra e fa no philanthropic gestures and nema oye no a branch no ekushia president last week na nsema course no afi na yensanka discussions to me course wo ho a ne nyina ye de betuja amaitie for wo Happy Morning Show sports update no so anope
Yo, Ray, ani enko.
yɛbɛhyɛ nsɛm no ase a na yɛbɛhyɛ aseɛ na mɛka kyerɛw sɛ 1xbet ɛne time akyi a mede sports update no ɛbrɛ mu 1xbet kɔm website so register ne be a new account o register na be a new account a ɔbɛma opportunity to enter promo code ɛsɛ enter ɛyɛ betgh betgh wo enter saa promo code ne wie pɛ ɔbɛma 200% bonus on your first deposit ɛno ne message a 1xbet mefa brɛ no pɛ 1xbet undi 18 a whenever we need enter on my website to so coach betting is addictive and to bet responsibly. We need message kakra 1xbet. I'm sponsors no. I'm saying from Bremo and pay. The best sem na say na from the Ghana Football Association. Ghana Football Association there to just say September 4, 2022 no eno any data omoda to host champion of champions no ebetumi akoso ahead of the start of the 2022-2023 Ghana Premier League season. Now, more patches say Oshasena Jumedian Kosonedia. Sakinsi no Koso between the champions of the Ghana Premier League for 2021-2022 and the winners of the FA Cup. Now, Osha MTN FA Cup their finals no Koso this weekend between Bechem United and the Accra Hearts of Oak. Into per Article 9(3) of the Premier League regulations. No, Accra Hearts of Oak Omotumi winning treble last season. No, Nyadia this season Yabenya the same situation. Into possible say. Ebenya Kumasi Asante Kotoko playing either the winners aye Bechem United and Nase Hearts of Folk way and Sam Kakra omoda tuja almost omo the release way back send be stakeholders but you may take note of this particular arrangement. Ghana Football Association be omoda tuja say the Black Sharks omo and I represent Ghana Africa Beach Soccer Cup of Nations this year. Now I can see no ebe Mozambique Maputo no Maputo 2022 CAF edi atuja say draw na nkasa no ebetumi akoso Friday June 24 na Saturday no na ebe group Ghana betumi akotom. Ghana will be represented by the Black Sharks and will be joined by Comoros, Cote d'Ivoire, Egypt, Libya, Madagascar, Malawi, Morocco, Nigeria, Seychelles, Tanzania, Uganda, and the defending champions Senegal. Now Black Sharks no omo pot 4 alongside Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Libya. Sa na Jumedi no be koso the be share draw no 8 p.m. 24th June Friday no no na betumi hu team a on betumi play against Ghana competition a be koso October 21st to October 30 2022. Yenremo Memphis Depay akachi. Memphis Depay a former Manchester United player osanso esiakan ema PSV Eindhoven osanso esiakan ema Olympic Lyon. Sisi ane a player ema Barcelona Football Club Spain. Abrantia no weba Ghana oba beye holidays Ghana na ohwe asema Abrantia no edi tuja oba no wetumi akọ visite School of the Deaf School of the Deaf wetumi akoshia omo o support omo se ne be ya mojumedi amuso omudi no ombetumi enya chance omo so ombebo omo braye na Abrantia no okopie mu president akachi president of the republic Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo ebe okame Abrantia no eba na akachi Abrantia no odinsem kakra etudwa efa ne feeling na onya se obedru Ghana any other matters concerning jumedi a odi wa Ghana any dienti a oba Ghana ebedi sa adwuma no.
Every time I come to Ghana, I feel like I'm coming home. And we appreciate what you're doing for the country. And I come here with a mission to empower the kids that doesn't have a chance or that, in my opinion, don't get looked after. And that's the deaf and blind kids. So for me, I don't know. I think God gave me a call to like come and do that and be there for them, give them opportunities, help them, providing more teachers, education, sports, because they have talent. So that's why I'm here. And today I'm here to meet you, and it's an honor.
Memphis Depay Abrantia Osiakan Emma FC Barcelona president Ejina Emma Akwaba eba Ghana na president say what Abrantia we oya dia pa we very good footballer na say Abrantia no hwe se na niam ekoso ne dia Abrantia no oye ade a ono ansa neni so because social opese Ghana fo aye wo omo ewo abrochire ne niam no omo bra na mbeboa na development entumi enkoso na Africa powerful there and the Africa ni bia owo anywhere in the world no obe feel very powerful yentie the president Edituja Obra on Memphis Depay atwitwe nkomo.
You're famous. You're very good at what you do. And now discovering that you're also a son of the soil, I think everybody's appreciation has gone up even that much more. Yeah. The work that you're doing is important. I want to encourage you. So many different avenues by which the society can be empowered and helped. And those who are coming, doing it, not as government institutions, but private initiatives, is also very, very important. And we're doing everything possible to engage with all our people from all over the world, the ones who have recently gone and the ones who went a long time ago as a result of unpleasant events. But we're very, very keen, and it's now become part of Ghanaian national policy to open our country up to all the people, they call them the diaspora, the Ghanaian, the African diaspora. I think it's important, and that the synergy that can be created between you there and those of us here is something that can only benefit black people all over the world. And at the end of the day, when this continent is strong, black people all over the world will be strong. So yes, it is. It's when Africa is strong, black people around the world will be strong. So it's important that we all collaborate and work together to see what we can do to make it happen.
President Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo and also Ordinance M2 Bra Memphis Depay epi courtesy call on His Excellency Bra Oba Ghana Emma ne visits. Yanto aso ne nkore mu ewo Liverpool akachi because no Liverpool eka say thank you Sadio Mane almost Sadio Mane why nipa be ye bi wan be ni nyina Sadio Mane ebo 269 matches Emma Liverpool Football Club ɔhyɛ 120 goals ɛma 38 assists. Abranteɛ no sisi ane deɛ webu ne nketem efiri Liverpool, and a fee reported to be in the region of £35 million. Sisi ano ɔyɛ Bayern Munich player until 2025, 3-year deal. ɛna Sadio Mane the pen two paper so assign ya sisi ano abranteɛ no kɔgye puduo paa ɛwɔ Bayern Munich. Abranteɛ no yɛne ne twetwe nkɔmmɔ sɛ adanti na wobɛpie mu ɛwɔ Bayern Munich no sɛ ɔno deɛ ɔfiri Liverpool no na n'adwen ayɛ ne clear sɛ Bayern Munich ɛna ɔkɔ akɔsi n'akan wɔ na Bayern Munich so deɛ ɔbɛpie mu ɛwɔ hɔ a ɔbɛboa mo sɛ ne bɛyɛ a trophies a ɔmo agye no ɔmbɛtumi agye bebree. Yɛntie deɛ Sadio Mane, new player ɛma Bayern Munich ɔde to genre.
Well, I'm very happy, like I always said from the beginning. And I came here and I'm very, very happy to be here. Well, I think it was not easy, but of course it's normal. But I chose Bayern Munich because, first of all, when there was really interested on me, and I spoke with my agent, of course, and the pool for me was the best. Even though I had other offers, but for me, I think Bayern Munich is the right club and the right moment for me to move on and come here to do my best to help the team, of course, to win more trophies.
Sadio Mane, a Bayern Munich player. And I'm the Happy Morning Show Sports Update in BC. For more sports, tune into Happy Sport at 9 a.m. on Henny Bampo Brinya and the rest of the team. Mutinasia on with Insema Ecoso or transfer market to Insema in Amod Bebremo and the other details of Insema Ecoso or local scene on Modena Bebremo. Happy Sports on Happy 98.9 FM at 9. Yaba Daniel Kaka, Yababaka, the Happy Morning Show continues.
Welcome back to the Happy Morning Show live on ETV, live on Happy 98.9 FM. You will be Akwaba Ebajmedin, so I'm hoping say Edano Ashasine Koyi and so at the Mount CBG Business Tips and Embroman for paying bills online. There's another distinctive benefit of this kind of banking experience. There are lists of companies in your banking account to which you can pay bills such as cable, utility companies or paid memberships. Into it, yeah, I was saying so as one of the advantages of doing online banking and I say transactions. Into us in Fagana Kasa, Embre, for any for you now. Mobibia Akwaba Ebajmedin, Zamedi, and I say, the CBG Business Tips, no, Ebre Adofo, sorry, Ghana Kasa, Ebre Adofo, and pay Raymond, therefore, my CBJ, I think I will be some silent CBG in the mini, Eberena and committee. Emfa Ghana Kasa, Bradofo, but you beat me a frame 0244 885140, 0244 885140, and 0555 657. 278 0555 657 278. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
From Rais, news Kukumuni.
You, Yanko.
Yeah, I'm Pachao. Sami Kasati say, Bia, your listeners, no, and being. Who takes a interview now? Minya sure say, yes, Milishina. Yet me. Kasa nipa ne gender, ne age, ne area of free. Yes, Malaysia and first our name and count. Because Malaysia nipa different amount for neighbor. Then you are choosing nipa baku. There, nipa no or born nipa ne gender of or born area of free or man age. But some man for now be uncle so. The man for now be uncle sa name and so. No or condemn journalism. Same thing I say journalists be near sama or new biang in Kana Samano. At least Ubeck as I Ube share angles ni na Ntisa anchor one first animal anchor no idea.
But hold on 1 second. So what can say me fan say more teach me the money. I mean
there be someone multi radio
there is no way
information mudi maeno yes we nipa the man mu kasa no na so na picking them abi
me pacho minia tie me say idea asma make an sacrosancta and Ketianum saying Raymond expressing a view. I
know one same no.
Fatty also expressing a view.
Me,
I express my views as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not the one who even condemned the journalists.
No. I mistakenly mentioned your name. It is Raymond.
You, Mate.
You understand?
Mate,
because he did the same thing on this Achimota forest issue. He condemned Yunus of saying. He did the same thing about Sewabroni when they were talking about robbing case in it. Audio on or more CID office. He was not condemning people.
You, but don't say the person of feminine badge media, but I don't think say the fact here what microphone is see and no enter say if we are say seminar yet in say Susanna is with you as a me interviewer. I admit so this is not an area we very much information on it, you know. I admit it. We don't have it all. We don't know it all. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Rasan.
Yes, sir.
The na waka. We are super expert. So na waka. Yeah, to be. Why?
The okay, yeah, man, too. What is saying?
What
is saying? Yes. And yeah, that is true. And that is true.
What they call update number. You live in Omentie.
Remember.
That's a check. Because you are GSK 2 years, 2 months, you are GSK. If you say you. They come in my MC and a power of the cham. Yeah, the via Mama, energy. That was the way I must handle issues. But, yeah, to the via, the Matia here, ever a demand with you say. Yet, meeting somebody with Eba, send a bear, but yeah, you must see a view as just your view. The next idea more argue among Marcasamo, there be. Send a bear, I didn't inquire balance, and number to only one side. Now, Mount Comodina, intelligence, or see when you saw. You see a covered seeker. Ya bulu 12 billion.
Yes. You're spending 12 billion.
In Chaka, almost there 8.1%. The best there be 6.1. Say 18.1.
But your energy, they are augmenting your economy now. They are augmenting your economy now.
Oh, Massa, Sabra for more than
they are supporting the economy.
Yeah, they support. Yeah, can Yama see a chapa, yes, and the chairman for one to say MC is like I say, Mamina, what Tamanika say, Coffee Campy. One thing.
You.
Rats, I mean, one thing, Casa, I saw here.
They've been batch of Manti.
Satis one thing. Remo Manti.
Mantio.
Balance now, can a monk country of Nancy, yes, now, your Gigi Scagentino, or Mumma, yes, Fashibutum. Last one is about science friends saying, Edma researcher, I'm up for inclusion. One, a bino or so 2 workers in our tomb, Sammy. Or so 2 workers in our tomb, director, our dead man, or see a chin tomb. They didn't call life imprisonment. Sammy, I don't call me bra, Madame, I'm an TV. Nebra, et was at you all. That's an onim. You be a room main gate. My fence wall like gate a down and you would inside. And then Madame will say, into Uniano, Sadie, Obia, why am I Marco Suku Chira said the movie na what you say institution for assassin, much fence wall. What for would make it is a woman how that drive every woman make it in my son, what about Wufi? I in my research one. Now you see assassin yet on once in the Kurana. I dream in the boat to them out of assassin. And the scout has more than 10 billion. And who were there a brand is you more than 10 billion in the Biakra. You know what I'm done about
but don't say mobilization for number Humanis on a page 0244885140 and 0555-657-278 0555-657-278 and 0244885140 offer me a many budget 7 obedient come and pay Jimmy but offer me now obodi at the account many baby I will for every. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Same.
Yes, sir.
Same na form design.
Nyame ado me hu yo ba chana so e.
Same Abubakar ni mikatafi Kumasi.
Yo.
Same de bia na pa. O kida mpo Nyankopɔn ma de pati a ye tie wo fiji kese one Opanas. Aji afati enemy nua Remo. Mo bɔ mo hu modin ye pa same. Mo kyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm mo fidi yi ni TV station a me ka kyerɛ ebi o me de bibia ma experience TV station a mo kyerɛ nsɛm ma ordinary person or tifom no ehu bibia na dwene ebe shipo medam ase na ya bɔ ma ba so sɛ Nyankopɔn onko so
That's it.
Same nsɛm a me ka nyinaa ne sɛ eno a finance minister abepie mu wɔ parliament waka nsɛm bebree yɛda se and also speaker of parliament akasa sɛ ɔmbɛkɔ mu adomo sukɔ ahwɛ receipts ne nneɛma a ɔno nso yɛda se ɛno na kyerɛ sɛ sɛ ɔman mu ne yɛbɛtwe adwena kɔ nneɛma bi so na yɛyɛ account for Ghana for a ɛboa ɛma His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ɛne ne mpanyinfoɔ nyinaa no dwumadi a ɔmo di no ɛbɛyɛ accountable penkyem akyerɛ Ghana for yɛda ɔmo nyinaa ase na yɛn nuanom nso a sɛbi nsɛnkyerɛfoɔ Raymond deɛ ɔka no mene ne yɛ adwene to the sense sɛ Raymond Krati wɔyɛ sɛnkyerɛni nti sɛ ɔne nua sɛnkyerɛni yɛ adeɛ bi a ɛnsɛ sɛ ɛmfa ne kwa mu a ɔka a ɔdi ka ɔno nso n'adwene kyerɛ a ɔtumi kyerɛ ɛma ne yɛ same mede ma sɛm ɛkɔ awie no meda ma so bebree mesɛ bia monkɔ so yɛbɔ mpaeɛ ma mo nyame hyira mo bebree yɛne ma se bye
mede asanɔpɛi sɛ wofrɛ me na wo so ba dwumadi no ɛso anɔpɛi 0244885140 0244885140 anaasɛ wobɛtumi afrɛ mu 0555657278. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Papa. Na pom say.
Boko mi ana bacho o ma one so ma me why. I say na mo wo fo mi na mo ne wo fo.
Na bacho te menka.
Me to nka.
Me ensam no ba bi ehia me ye pa ye the last your call you see after na me be ya na sem no na wie ye ho no. Ya ti wo ma wi mo. Me ade a me hu se nti boni Nyankopon wa ye ne se. Wa ma kwa ma media. Electronics and then printing one fee daily papers ne radio ni TV adoso wo mai mu ana to we say Ghana me who say media emwa o mai no emwa e kura say a military government no we see I go go some of the TV and radio stations in again because omu use for propaganda what you say any crowd or that TV and radio sing the voice cry and for radio and for radio and so and some walk up basa Obi ho sebio on cross check it and na crowd here Facebook journalism na dot sa sam ya no kre sa nya no kre kan ne wo mu di ka ya ma mu kakra no mu ne ade wo ma bre papa and then the what na bia wo do bia twa no so ka kofa ne so so na yi de e ku okra be check ya wo nya so so bia media sa na ba se na me o active na mo ko journalism school na e de ma mo no say ni e de ma mo na obi wo bra Uber reception no match abo say that word the catcher we nya palatable for the radio and TV. We nya betra so moderator host say no who say then ni pakasa work can then you see the actors no and the rules and the regulations our TV station no the man so on fanya adwuma no. A plan of power so we dey monitor all TV station. We mo dey nya no kura ni so me president pa. Wow, Usimon, you crack all the CIA. Well, I know we are what different or that kind of Fabia, but what we want to say that we have having you say no, but I didn't hear Jano. Because or Katama, I'm on your crew. Now, maybe they have a good upon it. Said, welcome to chat with you on Facebook, and get you talk woman. Yo,
Minia, and a permit say for the praises our hippie. But they agree as well to pay OG Median so. Patty, Raymond, have you noticed that a lot of our callers come from the Ashanti region?
Yes.
A lot of our callers, more than 70% of our callers are in the Ashanti region. Baby, man, for better than only baby alcohol. Better than Number is 0555 657 278 0555 657 278. Mami no nim command to pay OG Median. So hello, good morning.
Sammy, good morning.
Good morning, Chief.
Apom ti saying.
You don't patch me here, patch now as well.
Nyamiadom.
Yes, sir.
But your Reverend Samuel Pablano Penuni.
Yo, Reverend.
Yeah. Endra videos be to Isaac. So I want to comment on that video.
You.
I worked in the Ashanti region. I left there 6 years ago. Over the weekend, me call her to pick some items. Now, this river, Enunu River, on which there was a bridge, this metal bridge, as you just say, got broken in 2015, 13th May. For 7 years, Yenyang connected these two adjoining districts. Now, what is amazing to note, Nise, that one time clear river na yetimi no munsu in there. I don't think say aquatic life is present in that water. Along the river, settlements cocoa plantations the evergreen forest zone has been destroyed. What are we doing to our country? Sammy, where lies the future of this country? And in just 6 years, that river has been degraded to nothing. Why are we doing this to ourselves?
Reverend, mami location ni biem. We here for asem ne kan. I tell for our mutie we betimi akọ Facebook sisi ya. Baby a Reverend Eka ho asem, you know. It's live on our screen. Bridge construction. There's been a bypass on my yafa ho. Yedi enko. Reverend, we here for.
That is the river between Adansi North and Asante Achem South. So the adjoining communities from Adansi North, the last community there is called Anumabo, Adansi Anumabo. Then in Asante Achem South, the community there is called Murenem.
And the bridge construction is taking how long?
7 years now.
7 years?
7 years.
Wow.
And interestingly, Nyamehuni said, I think when excavation was done there to reconstruct the bridge, you know, almost detectives said gold was assassinated. So the bridge has been abandoned, and all of a sudden that place has become a mining site. So one of the videos of those excavators via Pakio.
Yes.
You would think that those excavators are for the construction of the bridge. Let's not be deceived. The contractor is not at site. Those excavators you see there are for those who are mining along the river and in the river. I would have gone further to video the sites for but guy advised me said no, because there were some people there who were guiding with guns and they wouldn't allow the Penisamiura inside.
Wow.
And the devastation there. The names behind those who are digging the place. In fact, I am about. I shed tears because I know what that river used to be, and today, Makotunesano. In fact, you to say this is the time I see we are stopping Galamsey, and this is what we are doing to our nation. The very people who say they are fighting Galamsey are the very people who are taking over now. What are we doing to our country? I'm going to go to my way. Did they destroy river bodies? What technology to do things? Behavior. We are taking money over the lives of the people. What future are we living for the children we are bringing forth? Why are we doing this? Ghana, why are our leaders doing this to us? You really say be one day na. Aspatina nya media ma ye say yentina so. Na ye nimu nuaba, na ye fightina ensom no. We are doing this evil to the land. Why?
Reverend, me pacho images here I share Facebook on TV no.
Yeah.
Pacho how long ago and I should use I
picked it on Tuesday morning.
On Tuesday morning?
Yes, 2 days ago.
Wow, so this is really very recent.
Just Tuesday morning. Almost my boy, I have the footages here. I'm better key data me pick here.
Wow.
I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding this morning.
How far or close is this bridge from a main town?
Sammy, this bridge is just about 500 meters from the Mrenem, then about a kilometer from Adansia Anumabo. Now,
operation,
this is the route that connects through Achimo Fuansi, through Odan, then to Accra. And the bridge we construct it will be one of the shortest routes from Obuasi, Bekwai to Accra. So they wouldn't go through Yamurasa Junction, Befa Mankesi Masaba Debi. Now, so interestingly, Monday, when I was using the Adansia Sokwa road to this very site, there is one community called Saponso, between Saponso and Kwabna Fanti. There is some construction going there. Now, all of a sudden, you see Jemu, no car na use, no car ni team here. There is one of these low bed, omufa excavator. Insurance yirin intina omu movie excavators na basro no. Di low beds ne ba be excavators na ko. Till since you no be for man must back to the side. Low bed na best takiwo in fin baby. Inti yakano enya kwan bia nko inti no so kai. There was a sifa technique for almost 500 meters. And sana me for motorbike a bad the next community. That is how bad it is. In all the communities on that stretch, they don't go anywhere. On one side, on one maka. It is on Beko baby, just on back all the way to Odan. They can't go to Obuasi. That is the situation they are facing now. So along this river, all along this river, called your friend saying Busumi Frahunina, say Adani Galamsey sites. Aden, why are we doing this to ourselves? It's very pathetic.
Reverend, to be honest, you've numbed me. To be honest with you.
It's very
to
bad.
be honest with you.
It's very bad.
Because
I'm a public health officer.
I thought to say
this is exposing our people to disease conditions because say issue those areas and that's the water they fall on to drink. It is a ban say those communities there are not getting water. Say then what are we exposing our people to? What are we exposing? That's a major source of drinking water for communities along that river. And it is saying na mumudi machine akusi mama saying no. Say ban is saying where are they going to get water? And they are not thinking of connecting the people to water. Ensure na me hon so come there.
Minia.
Thank you very much.
Are we going anywhere? No, Isaac, show me the footage. Don't take it off the screen. No. Are we really fighting Galamsey? Are we really determined to end the destruction of our water bodies? With all the Ghana Water Company Limited has been telling us here, we will buy water. Look, a man can about 6 excavators, 6 of them. One more year, Juma. Until Operation Galamston for no more. Vanguard for no more. Why they? No more year, Juma. Oh, I'm honestly, I'm sad. I'm really sad. How can such an important bridge be left for 7 good years? 7 good years. Wow. I'm sad. I'm really, really sad. I'm sad this morning. I'm sad this morning.
I'm surprised you are crying for Operation Galamsey.
Why?
The same operation you criticized.
I never criticized the operation. I criticized the burning of excavators, but I never criticized the operation. I said at the time that it didn't make sense for their own words they were using at the time, decommission, demobilize excavators, by burning them when you need these same excavators to refill the land. Later on, were we not told by, I think, one of the deputy ministers that we were going to need some over 20 million to fill up these things? Yeah. That was my only disagreement with what they were doing. That I don't see the sense in burning the excavators when they can be put to good use. That's all I said.
Sammy, you see, how many excavators did you count there?
About 6 of them.
Had Galam Stop gone in there to decommission or to demobilize those machines, we'll be having this discussion about Galam. Say there this morning.
You see?
No, you see, let us, you see, when an institution is tasked to perform a certain role,
it is for me.
No, Raymond.
For me. You see, I was here doing that excavator now washing one. Most of these miners, they went to rent that excavator.
So?
And no, Paul, I mean, that is not an issue.
Fatty,
so?
do you know the impact? Fatty,
no, so?
That person wants to borrow money from a bank.
What has to be
done?
It
has to pay back the bank.
To go and do illegal. To go and do illegal.
To burn them.
To go and do illegal.
But it is not to return to the people who are doing
Fatty,
it.
I never said we should return it to the people who are doing it. I have never said so. But you see, it's a chain where you are expecting the banking institutions to be formidable.
Sammy,
to be able to lend to people.
Sammy,
the bank has given somebody, me, the last time I checked an excavator was around 90 to 120,000 euros.
The bank has given money to somebody to
that amount of money to buy an excavator,
to go and destroy,
not to go and destroy land.
Good. So
that bank, let's say he gives the money to somebody, the person goes to buy the excavator. Within 3 months, most of my excavator. Now, how does somebody's investment of 130 million, which is with a bank, how does the bank get the money to pay you and I whose money they are using for that business?
Excavator because of what?
Because or the Galam say.
Exactly. What's excavator because or the money? That is why I say no. So you don't come and cry about you going to take money to buy.
Look,
to
so
buy
why are we spending money on this Galamsey fight? Because virtually all the water bodies are still brown.
We are working on it.
All the water bodies are still brown. Birim, beautiful river.
Sammy, when was the last time you went to Birim?
Oh, I showed you video when I came back from Kumasi.
When was the last time you went?
That was a month
I can confidently tell you, sir, the turbidity level of that water has improved. Oh, Sammy.
No.
Oh, Sammy.
So the guy water company limited their lives.
I am telling you, as at yesterday.
When last did you speak to Stanley Mate?
As at yesterday.
No, Raymond.
Oh, Sammy, what are you saying? Hey, Mr. Asat yesterday. My report, I mean,
were we not here when Kojo Pom Kroma and the Ghana Water Company Limited went to one of their treatment plants? There is rather supposed to be water in it. How long ago? What they saw there
Sammy,
was mad.
How long ago?
No,
Sammy, how long ago?
No, Sammy,
don't do this.
Isaac, remind me, when did we speak to Stanley Mate on this show? I think it's about less than 2 months ago.
Less than 2 months. And I'm telling you the improvement that has come.
How many years has it been that they've been on the water bodies preventing that?
Let me explain something to you.
No.
What's in Nsuo Toa Nkasa?
Raymond.
Nsuo Toa, it has its own way. You see, Nsuo Toa, it has its own way of improving the turbidity level.
Let's not do this. Let's not do this.
Niama and Penny for the go aquam send a bay on be cleaning water now. I can confidently tell you, say, Nsuo Ukoko check Nsuo this year. Eya Papa.
Really?
But it is not as it was 2 months ago. And you see, that is the fact I want to establish on this particular matter. You don't go in.
Honestly, I'm numbed.
I'm numbed.
Well, yeah, can you? I will see it here taxes. The year I will see it here taxes. Taxi here, it has a chile mine. Taxi here, I didn't put to abo mine until see it here tax. But only it could be a man or general no far when you are between the abo waiting at your taxes easily. I said that, and I also the manual. And until an upper make catches a bombardier so on CBG4 and Fimbomo. CBG4 at the various avenues, very simplified mechanisms at the above, which may utilize now to our taxes without going through any laborious processes. BMO. One more say, young country say, Minia, obo star 222 hash ɛwɔ phone no so a star 222 hash ɛwɔ phone no so a MDA's name MDA's a show ma nyinaa no wobetumi atua ɛyɛ taxes and all other tax obligations no to them nti wɔn mo ayɛ process no very very easy at the amount star 222 hash na mepacho wahyɛ ne nso na yɛde ananti anasa wokɔ mo website www.cbg.com.gh a ne nyinaa akwanya ɛwɔ hɔ nom ɛde ma ana abɛfrɛ mo ɛwɔ 0302216000 na ɔne ɔmo ɛdi nkɔmmɔ nti yɛnhyɛ ne nso ebiem yɛka amanfo sɛ Royal Aroma fortified rice anapɛ sɛ wodi rice water Royal Aroma ɛna ɛwɔ sɛ wodie sɛ oyɛ jollof a Royal Aroma ɛna ɛwɔ sɛ wode yɛ plain rice ɛna ɔyɛ Royal Aroma ɛna ɛwɔ sɛ wode yɛ any recipe bi a yɛde ɛmo ɛyɛ biara no bɔmmɔden a sɛ menia wobɛyi so Royal Aroma fortified rice menim de nti a meka saa ɛde akyerɛ wɔ wɔn ahyɛ da ɛde iron asɔ mu wɔn ɛde zinc asɔ mu wɔn de vitamin B3 B6 B9 ɛne B12 ɛnso asɔ mu a menia ne nyinaa ɛboa ɛma apɔmɔden ɛkɔ ɛyie nti bakyɛ don't just eat rice eat Royal Aroma fortified rice na bibia enko enkan enfama seda medical air plaza for say enkan chairman for say menia womo any number one stop shopper ukon ma anything to do with your health womo ebetimi aboawo say wani ena hu ade yi se aso ena wonti ase yi se ohunamani ena nsawansan bi agu ehonom se oyefunu ena ye oya uti ena ye oya de also ye bia diagnostic scan ena person oya ni nyina no ukọ Sida Medical Plaza meaning they provide all these services x-ray ena person utwa ultra scan ena person oya ECG echo spirometry ena person oya ni nyina no womo eye ni nyina ebi ehonoma they can check them for you until mo dey aso ba ko hu omo na womo aboawo womo esan so ewo spa ewo honom massage companies enso ewo honoma ni nyina no ewo apomodin eho ensemo ntia and but womo ekira kwan ewo graphic road womo adjacent Franco Part and na say womo any MTN office no and nhwe ni mu and but womo dey aso ba ko hu omo betimi afro mo ewo 020 777 1413 020-777-1413 na onyomo edi enkomo anapay tasty tom for say enkanto say mediano anunsuo no enye de mediano no anunsuo no enye de mediano no enye ko kama na afei ma eye nutrients also nya no susu no nya ne fama enkoda no enyina womo ese tasty tom tomato paste na disia no womo iron rich in the palm with vitamins and fiber nti bombodia say obenya bi na onsu wanya bi nti mepacho nya tasty tom na onsu edi kwamedamte samso ebosu biem na menti de na wo ka no eye yo but sabi pie hanom say ana yento aso na yenko. We provide quality and comprehensive eye examination, consultation, diagnosis, treatment, and management of eye problems, as well as the sale of trendy frames at affordable prices. At Eye Vision Center, you can walk in from Monday to Friday for free eye tests from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Eye Vision Center is a accredited facility located at the Graphic Road inside the Sida Medical Plaza, adjacent Franco Part Cold Store, and opposite the MTN office. Promo 055-9199-622 and 020-20833332 na onyomo ND and Komo. EDC for say encounter zonia. Bomodi ase usika no ode be mo no mahwe so e de ama wo no de sie senior sika na ebe wo na awuye e de ama kom website www.ecobank/swam na onyomo ndin komo after that from 0302634165 na onyomo ending komo na financial independence journey no ensha ase eneya eneya emfa emma Saturday 30th of July at the Grand Arena, 3 exciting acts will come to play. Music, magic, and comedy all on one stage. Pleasant tunes mixed with laughter and a touch of the unthinkable will be happening there. Performing live will be the Golden Boy, Kiddy Evergreen, Adina, Rip Crackers, Clemento Suarez, Kenny Black, and South African magician Regat would all be there. Tickets are going for a cool 100 Ghana cedis for single and 150 Ghana cedis for double. You can purchase your ticket via the mobile money with a short code *713 *33 *10 hash. Na only omo edding komo. It's partly powered by Global Media Alliance and supported by YFM, MX24 TV, City FM, Pulse Ghana, Happy FM, ETV Ghana, Daily Guide, Business and Financial Times, NYDJ Live, Amia Debra, Ghana Web, and Perception Management International. Nti we ene kakra anapay yebetimi ade abre omanfo abra yedi enkromono ekrono Raymond finance minister eno parliament okoye no ne statement no dabi menya mesa sign no ne statement awode atudwa no yimai na FIFM na afi no yenhyase na yemboboso anapay na ene eye mia menua DJ Willie Jr. and any birthday. DJ Willie. And then DJ Willie birthday. Auntie DJ Willie, baby, I will be and I pay your chair. Only say DJ Willie. One of the individuals on mommy feeling very much welcomed when I was coming to Happy FM. DJ Willie. Oh, I know from Mr. Same. Son of Mr. Same. That's the same Monsieur Yamada here. Now, Onyum no. Metimi ahyehyɛ bi e de agu affiliation metimi aye wow folders ene ubi bia ma wo Monsieur Minia one can say playlist mama okay now open your brain Monsieur me high life me pages and he did all of that for me Willie I appreciate it very much happy birthday to you from the entire team Fatih Raymond management of Happy FM and ETV Ghana Charlie oh yeah powerful guy
fine gentleman
yes Willie is a very fine gentleman
very calculated
yeah
like
very
with smiles. Won't say he enjoys what he's doing and he wants to do it. Or we are going to baby Dean. Won't tell us.
Nyankopon ema isupa entongo so na yema otrenkwa DJ Willie. My mixtape ne pen I check akra but yeah. Sorry,
young way.
I know pay no issues be aba, but Wama Maria who and show super. And then the first day I'm a bash so
Raho.
From journalists no to Galamsey Juma buying ye. And you know Wama and Maria.
Until when you saw Galamsey fights and Zania Con when you saw.
We are from somewhere. We are going somewhere.
Okay. And some is me Raho. It is a Raho, and Raho. What was the issue?
And the Fatia Niajino. On finance.
All right. Me they are no pay me by na me say mabano. Me nishi ameka. Me nkasa about COVID in Sansemni because the last time I make a website echo down into me and resurrect in a beam. And to me read information amount.
I think the speaker has called for a probe into COVID-19 trust fund. Now, Sammy, more details of everything they publish on the website. I'm expecting say the same information and on betting about because I'm a discrepancy
please they didn't this matter is not about COVID-19 trust fund.
I mean yes. No, but in a separate request that speaker yeah.
Okay.
I think they are supposed to probe almost Juma Sika and how they expended those funds. No, I think there's a body that's supposed to investigate that one as well. I'm just hoping that they give us exactly what was on the website. Because most is a problem. Because we have the details.
I think that I won't have to read all. Maybe also some of the key areas. You know. Na Finance Minister ko PM no report no their PM ebaye any. Or say the Speaker must take note that the status of the utilization of the funds to finance COVID-19 measures excludes funds of the National COVID-19 Trust Fund and the Ghana Private Sector COVID-19 Fund. I know a pointer will make here. I don't want to talk about the task force and all that, but I can say a total amount of Sikan mean to me mbo 4 billion 601 million. Is that it?
Where are you reading from?
Total amount of.
No, it's million. 4,000 and.
Oh, how can we have 4,000 million?
No, sorry, Mommy.
Sammy.
I think it's 4 billion 601 million.
I think so.
Yes. And you know, or say a total amount of 4 billion 601 million was programmed in the 2021 budget for COVID-19 related expenses. Say 2020 na COVID buy,
yeah.
Right? Now at the end of December 2021, total utilization of 3 billion 914 million 0.40, representing 85% utilization. An additional financing of.
Patty, hold on, because I am also lost. Because that figure there,
yeah, I'm
also lost.
Yeah,
because they wrote it in words.
Okay, and what
they wrote
words in the cassette?
If you look, they put the million there.
Yes.
They put the million there.
That be the 601 million. It will come to.
Okay.
Okay. So that's it. Now, additional financing of $200 million was also secured in 2021, largely for the acquisition and deployment of COVID-19 vaccines to support sources of financing of the vaccination program. That $200 million now into acquisition and deployment of vaccines. For the years 2020 and 2021, the programmed expenditure amounted to 15 billion 763.48 million for COVID-19 related expenditures, out of which the actual utilization was 12 billion 36.41 million. In 2020, a total amount of 11 billion 162 million. This includes the cap, was programmed for COVID-19 related expenditure. Out of this amount, 8 billion 122 million was utilized. Way 2020 SM. The amount was utilized to provide support to households, supply equipment, and provide relief.
Hold on 1 second, Bacho. Raymond.
Yes, sir.
Would this capture Sika at the airport for testing?
No, it won't. So those monies it was a private firm, Frontiers and all. Yeah, the only money that was coming out was for the friend saying royalties and not Mutiama Ghana Airport Company Limited. Now, if government would have to benefit in any other way, then it would be in the form of taxes.
Yes.
Frontiers, but yeah. Otherwise, it's a private man's business.
Okay.
Now, the money was utilized to provide support to households, supply equipment, and provide relief to health workers. Health infrastructure. Infrastructure and what kind of? Health infrastructure.
Oh, so by all means, I'm going to convert some of the facilities into containment centers and all of that, and definitely.
Security operations, evacuations, quarantine and coordination, economic relief, stabilization and revitalization, and COVID-19 complementary. Osai Eka say, the above sources of the funds, other funds were sourced to support the budget. These include $1 billion from the IMF, 10 billion Ghana cedis from the Bank of Ghana, COVID-19 expenditure statement to Parliament, 69.3 million from African Development Bank, 99.7 million from European Union. The Ministry of Health led the preparation and implementation of the Emergency Preparedness and Response Plan, which was financed with funds from the World Bank. An amount of $230 million was secured from various facilities under the World Bank to support the implementation of the COVID-19 Emergency Preparedness Response Plan. If you want to know, an amount of 30.41 million cedis was paid to each JBR, totaling 91.24 million. In 2017, which is 0.5% of the total amount raised. In 2018, government, after the first mandate of the JBRs had expired, selected 5 firms, namely Barclays Bank Ghana, Data Bank, Fidelity Bank, IC Securities, and Stanbic Bank Ghana as the new JBRs through an evaluation process. The decision to increase the JBRs to was in response to the deepening of the market and the need to increase the marketing and selling of Government of Ghana bonds across a wider investor base. Finance Minister say he wishes to dispel the notion that there's been inconsistencies in government data on COVID-19. Okosuka said His Excellency the President intimated during the State of the Nation address on 30th March 2022 that the country mobilized about 17.7 billion cedis since 2020 to fight the pandemic. Government subsequently reconciled the data and can report that as of end of May 2022, government has mobilized 18.19 billion cedis to mitigate the effects of the pandemic. Again, His Excellency the Vice President indicated on 7th April 2022 at the National TESCON Conference that government has spent 8.1 billion cedis on COVID-19, and it was within the context of expenditures for 2020. Into the honor patch and say figures now you be boy, you know. You think it's Adena Vice President eka different, Adena President eka different. They were within context. Into you know, ena all catch you know. The government programmed funding of 1,203,715,085 Ghana cedis and 77 pesos from the contingency fund to finance the coronavirus alleviation program. This program focused on achieving 5 key objectives. 1, to limit and stop the importation of the virus. 2, contain its spread. 3, provide adequate care for the sick. 4, limit the impact of the virus on social and economic life. And 5, inspire the expansion of our domestic capability and deepen our self-reliance. Now, during the presentation of the 2020 mid-year fiscal policy, Finance Minister indicated, according to him, the supplementary request included a programmed funding of 19.3 billion cedis from various funding sources to support the budget both directly and indirectly. On the expenditure side, an amount of 11.16 billion was programmed for COVID-19 related expenses The difference of 8.14 billion cedis was programmed to provide for shortfalls in revenue. The impact of COVID-19 pandemic on the economy of Ghana was assessed and measures designed to address its immediate impact. However, the impact of the pandemic was even more severe than anticipated, both globally and domestically. It has impended and exposed the weaknesses in critical structures and systems in education, health, economic life, and communities. The pandemic triggered a sharp and heavy disruption in global supply chains as lockdowns and restrictions led to reductions in demand and production levels. On 11th March 2020, the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 as a pandemic. This moment has marked a defining moment in world history, and its impact still reverberates globally.
Shortly, excerpts of the finance minister. Just a short excerpt of what the finance minister said now. Back to the studio.
By the grace of the Almighty God, through our well-designed plans and the internal and external funds we mobilize, government provided support to the frontline health workers, protected livelihoods and job losses, demonstrated care to the vulnerable in society, and supported small businesses. Mr. Speaker, it must be noted that the status of utilization of the funds to finance the COVID-19 measures excludes funds of the National COVID-19 Trust Fund and the Ghana Private Sector COVID-19 Fund. Mr. Speaker, for the year 2020 and 2021, the program expenditure amounted to 15.763 million for the COVID-19 related expenditure, out of which the actual utilization was 12.036 million. In 2020, a total amount of 11.162 million, this includes a cap, was programmed for COVID-19 related expenditure. Out of this amount, a total of 8.12 billion was utilized. The amount was utilized to provide support to households, supply equipment, and provide relief to health workers, health infrastructure, security operations, evacuations, quarantine and coordination, economic relief, stabilization and revitalization, and COVID-19 complementary releases. Mr. Speaker, a total amount of 4.6 billion was programmed in the 2021 budget for COVID-19 related expenses. At the end of 2021, total utilization was 3.9 billion, representing 85% utilization. Expenditure on COVID-19 falls within the following broad categories: supports to household, health responses, health infrastructure, security operations, economic relief, COVID-19 vaccines, other COVID-related expenditure, all summing up to the 12.03 billion. Mr. Speaker, at this juncture, I wish to dispel the notion that there have been inconsistencies in government data on COVID-19. His Excellency the President intimated during the State of the Nation address on 30th March 2022 that we had mobilized about 17.7 billion since 2020 to fight the pandemic. We subsequently reconciled the data, and I can report that as of end May 2022, we've mobilized 18.19 billion to mitigate the effect of the pandemic. Again, when His Excellency the Vice President indicated on 7th April 2022 at the National TESCON Conference the government has spent 8.1 billion on COVID-19, it was within the context of expenditures for 2020, as I've already indicated. Mr. Speaker, to mitigate the impact of the pandemic on businesses and households, ensure that economic activities recover and minimize job losses, government mobilized 18.19 billion out of the program 19.3 billion in 2020 from various funding sources as shown in Table 1 to support the budget. GOG Contingency Fund of 1.2 billion, World Bank Group funds of 1.3 billion, IMF 1 billion program, AFDB 405 million, EU 504 million, BOG bonds 10 billion, summing up to 19.3 billion. Mr. Speaker, government program funding of 1,203,715,085 cedis to finance the coronavirus alleviation program. This program focused on achieving 5 key objectives: limit and stop the importation of the virus, contain its spread, provide adequate care for the sick, limit the impact of the virus on social and economic life, and inspire the expansion of our domestic capability and deepen our self-reliance. The Ministry of Health also led the preparation and implementation of the Emergency Preparedness and Response Plan, which was financed with funds from the World Bank. An amount of $230 million was secured from various facilities under the World Bank to support the implementation of COVID-19 Emergency Preparedness and Response Plan. The funding facilities included the Fast Track COVID-19 facility, $35 million. This financing is Ghana's share of the World Bank's $4 billion Fast Track COVID-19 facility that was announced in March 2020 to enable countries to deal with the pandemic. GARID SEC $65 million. This amount was drawn from the existing World Bank-funded Greater Accra Resilient and Integrated Development Project by activating the contingency response component of the project. An additional financing of $130 million in November 2020 to strengthen and scale up the gains of the EPRP. Mr. Speaker, an additional financing of $200 million was also secured in 2021, largely for the acquisition and deployment of COVID-19 vaccines to support other sources of financing of the vaccination program under this plan.
And welcome back, Finance Minister Anna Yatinen can say what the details after we've been requesting for the details what the details as to expenditure COVID-19 sika kind senior you see a issues canon yadi and some ebre omanfo anapay which made his Honorable Collins Admako, a member of the Health Committee of Parliament in the command pay na ENG. The thoughts our comedian. So, Honorable, good morning.
Good morning.
Now, in Bom Designer Pay. Yo, I know, Pacho, Senate or Parliament.
I know there's so be Uncle Baby. It's a very important day for us. Parliament, and especially for me as a member of the Finance Committee. And until recently, I'm a member of the Health Committee. I've just been moved to Youth and Sports. But expenditure way now at the time I'm with Health Committee, and I'm still a friend to the committee. And I'm not because I'm more question on the other paper. And right there I was fully represented.
All right. Now, the reason why I'm beside is because I wanted first-hand information as to the mood in Parliament when the Finance Minister came there, the reactions when he was delivering. And maybe what was the mood about Finance Minister Baho?
First of all, from the majority side, we saw it as a normal parliamentary visitation by any minister. Now, Commander Airport so proud to he coming to the house. And then as attention, they were system. But he himself is coming to deliver on his mandates and his responsibility to the Ghanaian people. Until now, for us, maybe it was not too much of anything strange, kind of. Of course, now, everybody was anxious to see or hear him on the expenditures, But for me, and I'm a member of the Finance Committee, I knew some of these figures, and I was not in doubt at all in my mind. Say, maybe and something untoward happened. I was very clear in my mind that nothing untoward happened. And he came, and then he was articulate as usual, he was calm, he was factual, And that for me is what is important.
Interesting. Now, yenko to the figures are opening at the MI. My a bit of clarity as to say, apart from what he read on the floor of Parliament, I woke up as one. Subsequently, were you given proper detailed expenditure files beer and no mobile perusing to authenticate what we have as Ghanaians?
The document he presented was a detailed expenditure. And in detail, what he presented was the details.
Okay.
It was a 15-page document. Actually, about the sources kind of it was very detailed. Of course, the disbursement in our call ministry way, as for the details, the specific ones, maybe, until speaker directed, the two major committees, finance and health, can meet in Tabia, so this can be called local government for education purposes. It is the local government ministry that will be able to give us those tiny details. Say, the discussing called district way, the discussing called district way. But in general, maybe, I think that he presented a holistic view of the sources of the funding and how it was disbursed. And I think that he did a fantastic job.
Now, let's go to some of the highlights of the presentation. For instance, where he talks about the support to air households. He mentions a total of some 12.1 million was utilized for the distribution of the packed hot food in Accra, Tema, Kaswa, and Greater Kumasi. This includes the cost of transportation of packed food in some suburbs and Greater Kumasi by NADMO. The expenditure for the provision of hot meals during the lockdown served about 2.7 million persons for the period of the lockdown at a unit cost of 4 cedis 32 pesos. Wouldn't it have been prudent, who said, Greater Kumasi of this 2.7, no, emu ebia 1.3, and if you do one more Greater Kumasi, ebia emu 500, and if you do Greater Kumasi, and ebia Tema, if you do about 250. Wouldn't it have been prudent?
No, those details, obviously the finance minister will not give you those details. The finance minister will not give you those details. They will give you a headline expenditure pattern. It is the relevant ministries, to say about say transportation, NADMO, security man, NADMO, NADMO is under a particular ministry. NADMO can then give you the details, how they expended that total amount near the amount. NADMO can give you that. And NADMO is under the Interior Ministry. And so the Committee of Defense and Interior can easily invite the Ministry of Interior, the NADMO through the Ministry of Interior to come and answer to those specifics. Ministers will discuss in the memo. How did you spend it? That can be done. But what the minister did, is in line with the normal practice of Parliament. Okay. It tells you, says, this is how we spent it. They say called NADMO for their transportation, for hot meals, any other. There's another ministry. I'm sure the gender ministry, they spearheaded this whole feeding process. I think that question can be given to that particular ministry to answer the specifics in terms of the detail. But what the minister did is normal with our practice in Parliament. He comes, he gives you the broad figures. If some disbursement came directly, and I said some detail came directly from his ministry, it is at that point that he can give you those details. But as a ministry, another ministry that superintends over the disbursement, what he will give you is to tell you, I think the specific ministries can give you those specific details I can request.
All right, Honorable, that'll be it for this morning. Honorable Collins Adamako and Yenino Edian Komono, Wadi and Chichimbo Kakra at the brain. Raymond, I believe then that I'll rest my case because it would take the various individual ministries to give us a breakdown as to the numbers now, Finance Minister at the brain, because like I said in the morning, for me, I found that the details were not enough. But if you would take the various agencies and other ministries who coordinated to make this happen, for us to get those details, then I would rather wait to get details. Yeah.
In the course of discussions, also, if Sika is spending in Yamano. See, I didn't want to touch on this document today because meaning very well said. Once committee needs national Muye Jumana will get a lot of clarity. But I mean, isn't it interesting, sir? Finance Minister, support to households, or say as part of the support to households, government, through the Ministry of Water and Sanitation and its agency, the Ghana Water Company Limited, provided free water, which initially lasted for a period of April to September 2020. Following an executive directive, this was extended to December 2020 for lifeline consumers, and the distribution was also carried out by Community Water Sanitation Agency and other small water supply organizations into bracket NGOs. An amount of 556 million Ghana cedis was budgeted in 2020 for this program, out of which 456 million Ghana cedis was utilized. In 2021, a total allocation of 200 million was made for the provision of free water and electricity for lifeline consumers, out of which 143 million was utilized. So I mean, on the 23rd of June 2021, Madam Cecilia Dapa, Oil Minister, Sanitation, Water Resources, revealed that government had paid 500 million Ghana cedis to Ghana Water Company Limited. In that same press conference, Okache said the full cost of water supplied free is 896,291,330.72. So I mean, I'm not sure if and there's a voice to it. It was a press conference. Oh yeah. Okay, we brought from Sanka Wuchimo. So I mean, this figure, which is almost 900 million Ghana cedis. Finance Minister is telling us that he had budgeted 556 and 456 was utilized. Plus or minus, the other 200 million Ghana cedis on budget here. Even if you take all the 200,000 that they expended already, still in drew. So 896 now, I can say, now we owe Ghana Water. And I mean, what changed along the way? In America, you see, it would require thorough probe because some figures came out.
Breakdown.
Yes, you see, some figures came out of which monies that were paid, we've been told. Today, if Ghana Water has not owed any money, Sammy, how much did we pay Ghana Water? Because there are two conflicting figures now. And that's why you see this document now you be munna mpese beka ho asem na yenjama mo those who called for the report to come and give us the figures, because if you take the water sanitation water minister and the voice in kwa Sammy, if those monies were even supposed to be given to electricity and water, Sammy, we are talking about the figure being understated here, or the ministry overstated Sikana, the claim say we owe Ghana Water. It is, I mean, all of these things will require thorough probe, and that's why I'm happy, sir. The Speaker has ordered, say, let us continue with the investigations into these figures, because a lot of things don't seem to be adding up along the way. And in this document, I didn't see exactly how much we paid electricity, exactly how much we owed Ghana Water, and exactly how much the ministry expended. So, I mean, these are issues. And we know the cost of water and the cost of electricity. These are two different components. Sammy, and this issue of the budgetary support, Sammy, what kind of documents now? Immediately, Minister started here. Point 6. During the presentation of the 2020 mid-year fiscal policy, I indicated that the supplementary request included a program for funding of 19.3 billion from various funding sources to support the budget, both directly and indirectly. On the expenditure side, an amount of 11.16 billion was programmed for COVID-19 related expenses. The difference of 8.14 was programmed to provide for shortfalls in revenue. So I mean, that difference. So if we are looking at how much we've spent, which we've put at almost 12 million from receipts now, what we said was used for budgetary support, and I said was used to provide for shortfalls in revenue. So I mean, exactly where were those money spent? Where did we spend? Sad difference, no? If we got 19 and spent 12 now, sad difference, no, Sammy? Which sectors benefited from the revenue shortfall, sir? Now finance ministry say operated. This, Sammy, even the headline numbers come on from there. It is, I mean, this document as it is, it needs, you see, it has left us with more questions than answers if the document sought to cure any mischief around speculations, any accusations, any allegations, and any question. I think that once the committee sits down and do a thorough job, trying to do a reconciliation of numbers, so I think that we'll get clarity. Further and better particulars should be provided for the budget that was presented yesterday.
Well, Raymond, Anna, you know, usually I don't end interviews abruptly like that. But maybe I say, Anyibiano, Womubenya further and better particulars, because early in the morning by around 6:30, I can say the content of Adne Ekutano is not detailed enough for us to make any informed comments on it. And so I wouldn't want to, you know, rush to want to pass any comments on it. But you see, where I would be most interested would be the point about security operations. As to how monies for security operations were dispersed. We all know in this country how virtually everything under the security sector, accounting for it is a problem. And so I would want to wait and see how disbursement for security operations, evacuations, and coordinations happened. But as it stands now, I can't say anything because these are figures the finance minister has given us, and it really hasn't got any breakdown. If we were told, say, oh, Greater Kumasi, of the 1.2 or 1.7 or so, no, emu 700, and if you do more Greater Accra, we can then now drill down to know, so did we feed 750 people in Greater Accra? Did we feed 500 people in Greater Kumasi? Did we feed 500 people in Tema? We will need that breakdown in order to thoroughly analyze these figures. And so I won't jump the gun. I'll be patient enough to wait for the committee to start investigating, because there is all the information out there. At some point, I remember at the time, we were told the hot meals number chair, you know, it was, I think, 5 cedis per pack or so. Now it's quoted at 4.32 in this presentation. These are all issues that I would want for the committee to investigate, for us to know the figures they're in. And I'll wait. Now, here is a parliament best status of Moyomano, almost probably these figures. Here we are. Now, you won't get ever. For now, the member say Nani, na Embayaba, near to us over Edin Kumo. Welcome back to the studio. Yamobibia Akwaba Bajumedin is your about 7 minutes and Sunday the Jumedino Abba Ewie and a pay minia Joe Sanko. Abi P. Menchen and a payer. Joe, good morning.
Good morning.
Na mbom dizi and a payer.
Na me adum bibi aboko now so.
Ikukum kakra. Okushi MP and over to see now the OP where they were.
Me peer have ya me den crane now. Internet so they different biasa.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, Salafest intra-community train no. Aduni Mazongo this Saturday. And I abase ye bebo hu debru deru niama ye tiefo ehun ba bia train no adu. Nti nyambo a Saturday ye ko Nima. But Nima no ye be ye wo Nima Madina station. Nima Madina station. Ehon na Saturday ye Salafest Zongo community contest no. So it was between Nima Zongo and Amamobi Zongo. So no, 2 groups will represent the Mamobi community, not 2 representing Nima community Zongo. Into na winners are Ebefi Nima ni Mamobi no. No be finals are yebe next month July ewo Fadama Chief Imam residence no enim ho na. Inti enene ya asema ye nam ti de bia ye ka no ye Salafest ye rice based dishes.
Okay.
And a contestants no air prepare and a tasty Royal Aroma fortified rice adaroma and omo boy and rice no na ye dey your contest no. So they cook rice based dishes itimi atiozafi your teaser the rice your friend lagba.
Okay.
And also na wache and other various rice based dishes from the Zongo communities. And no na intide bia ye kase ne ye ka no Salafest intra community contest no. It's not just meant say ye be near the showcases Zongo community the foods they prepare, but it's also to showcase the level of unity and a cohesion at our Zongo communities. Because most people perceive the Zongo communities to be rowdy and then full of violence, but and yes, because there's just one exception that doesn't make it say Zongo phone na we don't need to generalize. We need to know say the Zongo communities are loving people and then people who cherish unity a lot. Inti Sala Zongo community first no. Sana Emma inti omo means Sala kesiye no July. So the finals no will coincide with Salah now Zongo communities. So that's what we are climaxing the Salah festivities with.
Okay.
And then intra Zongo and then be inter Zongo community fest no. And then I be climaxing Salah fest no. Salah kesiye no. Yes. Inti so winner of Salah fest no so unya 20,000 worth of prizes and in the kesiye baako.
Okay.
Inti yes omo climax Salah na the other channel no more di Germany Happy FM and AD Plus Tasty Tom Royal Aroma fortified rice and big old drinks making sure say winner no I get items worth 20,000 cedis plus a big fat cow. If I'm classifying as a big fat cow, you say cow na cow keto me amako hu dida cow na de ya to en e ho e na ye san air fatin no ye feeding no ntinya no onyi nti mo ye nya ndu ala Zongo e na fadama Zongo ye nti omo maslake omo nye no omo nya fast no omo nko sign up ala aju e ne fadama Zongos no omo contest no omo partake in Salafest big or na say final contest no Zongo for so they say minimum no de ba ku we ni kra de a wa olusi de obenya na ntwe ni biare odo say wo mu nti yes nti ye frɛ ye to sankai ama ye tiefo ni obi biara say Saturday we omo joining wo yo Nima Madina station na ewo Nima ho no omo mbra ho de ebe market na ho na ye Salafest intra Zongo community contest no between Nima Zongo and Mamobi Zongo nti obi anye na ombra na omo so omo prepare omo partake ye no ye call the next train here Alaju Zongo na Fadama Zongo nti omo ho bianzo omo timi ba Happy FM premises ebe pick forms register omo participants no ten the oba Happy FM as every team there is composed of 3 members.
Okay.
Into oba Happy FM premises our asylum down na oba yetimi the forms ne ma now fill it and na say so untimi nso mba ha ofre number here 055 524 8310 055 524 8310 o fresh our number ya baby biara o no ya the forms no be den ebe send o no afele ni online na wa join in Salafest intra Zongo community competition no and I make hands here abo upon aseni amebo boy no Tasty Tom and na tomato mix sponsor na Royal Aroma fortified rice and emo na ye contest ni na HD Plus which provides us with the Philly experience nti omo na ebo ama yen a ye hwe wo fie ni ba bia ye wo bia ye hu event na live and color na ye fe no omo ne ye TV and I say ye partners on the HD level and a Bigo drinks they provide us with drinks and water they are the omo na omo ye Verna water into almost providing you with Verna water too for your contestants to cook and everything to be a fancy who no omo de mine no masi ama big old drinks at the asoso into your sense was Cedar Bakes and no she or ye catering services pastries food finger foods whatever name it drinks o friend na anasa o friend na o mana suti o order na obey ne sa pepepe ama ono no ye located or Achimota near Kingsby Hotel into person on frewa and the ma AFN so say aside from the cooking ni bibia no so osanye training Emma people who are interested in providing wedding and then celebration cakes into birthday cakes wedding cakes party cakes you name it we events organization events, you know, person any anniversary cake beer, Cedar Bakes will help you get that. Now, was here training interested people in cake making. Into also so person on your place order, be food, cakes, finger food, drinks, and as all person on training to make cakes. Our friend was our number win so obebo 0244 664600. Messiet number ni biem. Cedar Bakes number ni 0244 664600. Our friend for all your cakes, your pastries, finger foods, training in cakes ni bakery no so obebo sa pepepe.
So yaye kaswa, yaye tema. Yaye Ashaiman.
Yaye Madina. Yaye Sabunzongo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Ane, Minia, Saturday Mepa, we'll be expecting all of you. Into moment share. Now, yeah, have fun. Now, may the winning team know. One more winning at the end of the day. You're both winning now, so you're the WBA. I say, aha, and not yet the BC.